This is certainly something. I'm guessing the stream will go up in like 5 minutes, I'm guessing. Hopefully. I will check back in with it in like a few minutes, see if there's anything there. Oh god. I don't know, I guess I'll just play the waiting game. Still nothing yet. I don't know why, I just feel like there's gonna be... It's just gonna be the reveals that were at San Diego Comic-Con. And that's about it. Maybe a Shattered Glass figure. Hopefully we finally get some new Studio Series reveals. That would be nice. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm alright. I'm just waiting for Hasbro to put up the stream so then I can watch it live and react to it. I have like 2 different windows right now.
So how have you been doing lately?
Oh, I've been alright. Just been working on Reimagined.
Um, uh, yeah. Um, okay, listen, I'd like to apologize for how nervous I was being the last time I did this.
Mm-hmm. It's
And,
alright. It's alright, man. We all get nervous. Definitely gets nervous when you're alive. You know, I don't want... so, I completely understand where you're coming from.
mm-hmm. Um, uh, I was thinking that, if we tried voice chatting more often, maybe we could, um, share each other's ideas, each other's screens, maybe um, like for example, I could share my screen, sh- show you a page of, like for example, A5, um, a CH1, and you could look at it and see what's wrong with it, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, maybe that would be a faster way for us to critique each other's ideas than just, you know, copying and pasting codes and the message.
Hmm. Hmm. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Um. Oh, remember what I was saying about Transformers Galaxy Force?
Uh,
And the other Japanese versions of Transformers shows? Well, uh, let's say there are some parts I like in English and some parts I like better in Japanese.
yeah.
Like, for example, I guess I just don't always like how in the English version, the actual music is always being interrupted by the English theme song.
Mm-hmm. Just gonna just gonna share my screen because they shared the fan stream for the new reveals. Okay, I can probably have that little thing right there. Something tells me this is gonna be a good stream. Oh, and now I'm on Discord. Oh,
Oh,
hmm.
I'm not gonna be here long, just so you know. One thing I do kind of want to talk about is, remember how, um, since 2013, a lot of Transformers shows, when they were posted by Transformers fans, they used to be blocked. Now they aren't. It's a couple years ago. I thought that was pleasantly surprising.
As in like stop motions or
Uh, no, no. I'm talking about how people used to post full episodes of Transformers shows, and since 2013 they were
oh,
blocked, but after like over 7 years they were unblocked.
I mean that's probably because Hasbro's recently started to upload the shows on their own channel.
Mm, yeah.
All right, still got 9 minutes to go until it actually starts. Shoot, am I even? Oh yeah, I am. Okay.
Okay, random question. Uh, who's your favorite version of Silverbolt?
Um, Silverbolt? Hmm. The only three Silverbolts I know of is the G1, Beast Wars, and War for Cybertron.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, my two favorite versions of Silverbolt are Beast Wars,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure if you know this, but in Transformers Armada, Blur's Japanese name is Silverbolt.
Interesting.
Honestly, I really think the name Silverbolt suits him a bit more than Blur, if I'm being honest. As you know what Blur is like in G1 and Transformers Animated, right? Blue
Yeah.
guy who talks fast.
Well,
I
that
mean,
trait doesn't always have to be carried over into every single iteration. You know,
yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, take a look at
Still,
Cyberverse. He's an all Blur, and Cyberverse is an all blue guy, and yet he's not running around everywhere and talking super fast.
yeah. Um, still, my point is, uh, Transformers Micron Legend Silverbolt has traits that a guy named Silverbolt should have, like well, if you notice how he moves in vehicle mode, he certainly bolts.
Uh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Silverbolt Dono. Um, yeah.
I did not know you spoke Japanese. This is interesting.
Oh, I don't. I just memorize the way they speak in the shows.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Ulvatron sama. Uh, yeah, I am kind of fascinated with that language.
Japan has a unique language, for sure.
Yeah. Um, I also like Beyblade and Yu-Gi-Oh.
I've heard of them, I never got interested into them.
Yeah, Transformers was definitely my first love.
Hmm.
As far as, you know, Japanese animes go, of
Yeah.
course. Of course, before it was the Japanese stuff, I really liked Transformers Animated. That was the very first show I've ever seen.
Yeah. The first thing that got me in Transformers was the 2007 movie, which is why I'm adamant on getting that 15-year anniversary 5 pack. But the first show I watched of Transformers was Prime. Prime was a
Yeah.
great show.
Yeah, um, I like Transformers Prime as well.
Yeah, I heard
I-
a lot of people like you say you like Transformers Prime, and they sit there and just like, oh, how dare you like Transformers Prime and stuff. I want to say it's the G1ers.
what do you think of Transformers Robots in Disguise?
Which one? There's two.
Uh, 2015.
I've actually been going back and rewatching some of those episodes. It's
Um,
not. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm not saying
I
it's the
really
best show in the
like
world, but
6 episodes that Starscream is in.
yeah, season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the other version of Transformers Robots in Disguise. Have you ever seen Car Robots?
No. Just a clip of it of Scourge and the lookalike Combaticons cleaning the streets, and that's about it.
Um, yeah. Um, Transformers Car Robots, aka the 2001 version of Robots in Disguise,
Mm-hmm.
certainly has a unique take on Ultra Magnus, aka God Magnus. But I mean, first, I mean, portraying him as a guy who is a sibling of Optimus Prime, aka Fire Convoy, and the fact that he's jealous of him and wants to be the leader of the Autobots himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first I thought that was a little weird. Then I kind of liked that version of Ultra Magnus. I mean, after a few episodes, he softened up a bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different take on Ultra Magnus, for sure. Doesn't always have to be the same old characters and stuff, which is what they're doing now, actually, in the newer shows.
Yeah,
You know, they have the same designs, they. Not the same voice actors,
yeah,
but like, take a look at the War for Cybertron trilogy, and you compare it to Cyberverse, and you compare Cyberverse to what we've seen of Earthspark so far. It's just kind of like it's all the same designs. It's all G1 designs,
yeah.
and they're pretty
Another
much the same story.
another example of a unique take on a character is uh, Transformers Micron Legends Rampage, aka Armada Wheeljack.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, an Autobot that turned into a Decepticon. I mean, that's a new role for a guy like Wheeljack.
Uh, yeah. Trying to think. Um,
That's why I think it's better whenever they call him Rampage. In the Japanese version, of course.
well, it's not just like, oh, Japanese has better names, or like, as you said, like Blur in Armada is called Silverbolt, but you also have to understand that the re I feel like there's a reason behind that, and it's all because of trademarks.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
they need to. I mean, take a look at Hotshot. He was supposed to be Bumblebee. Actually, no, maybe he wasn't supposed to be Bumblebee. I'm thinking, getting that confused with animated. Bumblebee in Transformers Animated was supposed to be Hotshot until Michael Bay got and Hasbro got the license back for Bumblebee. They got the trademark for Bumblebee.
Uh, Talking about Hotshot, I like both of those names, Hot Rod, Hotshot, Exilian,
Yep.
no, Exagazer, all of those names. They sound great no matter who has them.
Hmm. Oh, stream is starting. Okay.
Um, I think I'm gonna leave now. I just wanted to talk to you for a bit.
Yeah, it's alright. You
Talk to
can
you
stay.
later. Uh, no, it's okay. I was gonna leave.
Ah, okay.
What the? Where is
Yeah.
everybody? I thought we had
Have a great day.
fan
You too.
stream. What's I see a bunch of box. All right, so I see Delaney popping in here from the war room. So we're doing this remote. Got it. Nobody bothered to tell me. Sam coming from his home office always makes me super jealous because it's a great setup. Evan, here we go. Evan's there. Got all the Optimus that you could ever want in your entire life. Isabella coming from home, wearing the sweet Grimlock shirt. And then, Mark, we have the whole team now with his, awesome creative studio and all the toys we kind of wish we all owned. So what's going on, everybody?
We just wanted to wear shorts. We didn't want to wear pants and come into the office.
Oh, that's so mean.
That's why we're not
made me
there.
wear pants.
Speak for yourselves. I'm in California, so I wasn't going to be live anyways, you guys.
Well, I guess that's fair, but you should just be here. Just hop on a plane, get on that private jet, and come visit us, and it'll be fun.
My private jet was waiting on the jetway for me. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, something like that. All right. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining us for another Pulse fan stream. We have a ton of stuff for you today. We're going to do Studio Series Wave 4, Legacy Wave 3, which we kind of gave you a preview of at San Diego Comic-Con. We have some franchise updates with Isabella. And then, everything we're going to reveal today, with the exception of maybe some core figures, will be available for pre-order after the stream today at 1 p.m. Eastern on Hasbro Pulse. So let me turn it over to Isabella to take us through some franchise updates.
Yeah, thanks, BMAC. Let's get this party rolling. So today, I actually have something a little bit different for us to start off with. It's not anything that I've ever gotten to talk about before, so I'm really excited. So we, the Transformers team here at Hasbro, have teamed up with Royal Mail to bring you some particularly special Transformers stamps.
What?
So what's really cool about this is you will have the opportunity to own possibly the only Transformers merchandise ever to have been, get this, personally approved by Her Royal Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Isn't that so cool? So here
This
they are. These
confuses
are
me.
absolutely cool. We've got a
This
main
really
set
confuses
of
me
8
right
stamps, and these are printed in pairs featuring original illustrations. Of course, we've got the Autobots and Decepticons locked in battle, but it's in this beautiful sort of retro G1 style created by artists and Transformers UK collaborators and contributors Andrew Wildman on pencils, Stephen Baskerville on inks, and John Paul Bove doing these gorgeous G1 comic book inspired colors.
Are these like
So
stamps
each
or
print is
these
each
are
stamp is
stamps?
printed with this kind of cool hidden ink, which
I don't
will
know.
reveal each character's faction logo and their name written in Cybertronian when it's shown under a UV light. So it's a really cool sort of more than meets the eye Easter egg that you get to play with. But that's not all.
I mean, it's just
In addition
stamps.
to these 8 stamps, we have another mini sheet. 5 more stamps. Look at how beautiful this is, featuring our epic Dinobots, and it's this really cool composite scene, right? So you can see that each of the stamps here are cutouts of this gorgeous scene. We've got obviously all of our favorite Dinobots: Grimlock, Snarl, Slug, Sludge, and Swoop. And we've got a ton of other ways that you can present this. So there's actually something called a presentation pack, which is a double-sided fold-out. Yep, here we go. And it's got both the main stamp set as well as the Dinobot mini sheets, plus some additional content which features really interesting stories told by James Roberts.
This
We
is
also have this gorgeous
why
prestige
stamps?
stamp book, and this is the limited edition version. It is packed with exclusive artworks and fun facts, and you can even see you've got the Matrix of Leadership, which is this really cool slipcase that it comes with. And another one that I'm actually particularly excited about, just because it's really different and it's super, because it is, again, inspired by the 1980s comic book art style. This is one of my favorites. I really want to get my hands on one of these just to like hang it up on the wall behind me. As you can see, my home office is a
Alright,
little
is
bit
that
bare on the
better?
walls. I still got to get all my artwork up, so one of these days. But for any true Transformers fan, I think these are going to be an absolute must-have. Now, the stamps are actually available already right now to pre-order, so just go online, royalmail.com/transformers, and they'll go on sale generally on September 1st. So really, really excited for these. If anybody out there is a stamp collector and a Transformers fan, this is the one. It's everything you've ever wanted, all in one incredible bundle. So super excited. Now that we're in sort of a comic book mindset, right? since these were inspired by the comic books, I want to talk a little bit about what we have coming up from our friends over at IDW.
Oh, great,
The
more
first one today was
Shattered
also
Glass, I'm
curated
guessing?
by none other than James Roberts himself.
Oh.
This is a must-read for all Transformers fans. It's best of the rarities. So this is super, super cool. Check out that sort of retro stylized artwork on the cover here. This collection includes some of the greatest, but also some of the most hard to find Transformers stories from our series' nearly 40-year history. And it's all pulling from over 1,500 issues. It's a collection that includes actually some never before reprinted materials, both from the US and the UK. It just went on sale, so be sure to go find it wherever you get your comic books. This one is a really neat guide.
I don't think I'd need that comic book,
Speaking of
honestly.
collections, for those of you who might have missed it, or maybe you were actually waiting for this very moment, the Shattered Glass trade paperback is also now available.
I also don't need that either. I have all the Shattered Glass comics.
So you can get this also wherever comics are available. And the collection of the first series comes
I do
out
like the
just in
cover art,
time
though.
for Shattered Glass 2, issue number 1. This will be going on sale wide August 31st.
I will admit I am a bit excited for Shattered Glass 2, you know, especially since Shattered Glass left off on a cliffhanger.
So here, Cybertron 6, on the brink of war as both factions are racing to gain control of a Titan that could destroy either side in mere nanocycles.
Yep.
But while everybody has their eyes locked on the Titan, Ultra Magnus, a powerful shadow broker, puts into action a plan
It's a shadow
that he has
broker.
been making in kilocycles. So this is going to be really, really cool. Right here, we've got a couple of the beautiful covers to share with you. A cover is by Nick Brokenshire. I apologize if I'm butchering any names. Our B cover is by Red Powell, and our variant is by
that face
none
looks a
other
bit weird.
than Marcelo Matera.
Alright, now that one looks kind of cool. The Shattered Glass,
That's your jam. I know it's
the
mine.
third one.
And then we have the final issue of Last Bot Standing. It's come to this. Donut, nay, the universe hangs in the balance. The last true Cybertronian stands against visitors from another world to determine the future. If I may use the very classic and beloved line, one shall stand, one shall fall. Find out who will be the last bot standing. This is also on sale August 31st.
That hurt my ears.
We've got gorgeous artwork for you as well here. Cover A by Nick Roche, B, Kei Zama, cover C, Saren Stone. We've also got a D cover by Ocho Pante, and our incredible RI cover by EJ Sue. These are just absolutely stunning. Really blowing it out of the water for this last issue of Last Bot Standing. It's a really beautiful series because it has so many qualities that have been consistent across the history of Transformers, especially in comic books, and it's all wrapped up in this one gorgeous and really touching story that goes so deep, way far beyond just robots in disguise. It is, I'm going to say the line, but it's more than meets the eye. Really, really looking forward for everybody to get to read and join me in this incredible story. So, get hyped! Those are my updates, you guys. It's just a few, but...
Yeah, there's a lot of really good stuff coming out there.
No
maybe I'm
crossover
going
games.
to Europe in October, and I'm going to have to get an extra suitcase to bring back
Which
all
is
that
fine.
Royal Mail
You know, we
stuff.
need an actual
Looking
new
forward to that.
Transformers game.
Sorry, they are British stamps, but they do ship globally, so you can't even order them from the comfort of your home.
I never would have expected to be genuinely excited for stamps as like part of a collection, but those are so well executed, and I love the aspect of the UV reveal. If we start collabing and all of a sudden we're doing like Transformers hotel soaps, like I'm done with collecting.
Why
because
hotel
I like
soaps?
never could have expected like all the places that we're gonna go, and like telling my younger self like, you just wait. You're going to get stoked about stamps in your 30s. But I am. I'm here, and I'm loving them.
We're going to start doing Transformers branded towels. and then you can steal the
Evan, you
towels
got room
from
on the
hotel
shelf for the Optimus stamp? Who's gonna find a home for it?
I don't know. I'll find wall space somewhere. Yeah, but it's like,
Yeah,
looking
give
at
us
those
frame
things,
stuff.
they're just so beautiful. It's just like, oh, it's so nice and iconic, and it makes you it's the nostalgia of just the '80s comics and seeing those
Mark's
color
gonna
breaks
have
with
to
like Bumblebee.
change out his wall art there.
Hey, I'm all about that comics artwork, so maybe we should try to get a capsule program going. How about that?
Mark's favorite word, finishing little mini collections and capsules. So, all right, perfect. Well, thanks, Isabella, for taking us through some franchise updates. Very much looking forward to Shatterglass 2. It's going to be super awesome. The stamps definitely look really good. So I'm going to turn it over to Delaney, and she's going to hang out with Sam and Evan. We're going to do Studio Series.
Ooh.
There are live action figures in this that they're going to reveal. So, for all of our Bayverse fans, you actually get some reveal on a fan stream. It's not just 100% about Legacy.
Thank
the last
you.
couple of ones. So, Delaney, why don't you take it away?
Awesome. All right. Thanks, BMAC. All right, guys. Are you ready to do this? I'm just going to pretend like I
I'm
can
ready
see
for
you
this.
nodding your head, yes. Okay, thank you, Evan. Yeah.
I don't have a choice.
I mean, Sam, you have no choice. We're going to reveal
I don't have
now.
a choice.
And I hope
Help
you're
me,
as
I'm
excited as
trapped.
I am, because we're going right into it with our deluxe class figures. First with Transformer The Last Night Autobot, Hot Rod.
Hot.
Sam, you've got this one with you, right?
I got this guy in.
We're
hand.
getting
I
a new
must
Hot
say, of all the deluxes that we've been cramming out this year,
All
this is
right.
one
Is that
I'm so excited to share.
looks
This
better than the
is
Last Night
Autobot
one.
Hot Rod, coming from the Last Night. This
Thank you for the blurry
is-
image.
Let's see if we can get him to focus.
There we go.
There he goes.
That looks nice.
This guy's beautiful. He's
As I said, better
borderline
than
like a movie
the
masterpiece.
retail
There's
lockdown
so
of the
many
Last Night
elements
toy line.
of Age of Extinction, The Last Night, that as they did the redesigns of these bots, beautiful forms, super, great looks and proportions to the robot, but really difficult to translate into a physical transforming bot. But something that I really do love about what they did with Hot Rod is they actually kept some of the vehicle pieces intact, so you do get the front end of that Lamborghini Centenario able to come across in the front, but because of that,
He looks good, and for someone who doesn't like The Last Night all too well,
wings in the back,
I wasn't really a big
get
fan of Hot
such a
Rod, but
small, compact back
I will admit
here.
this is looking like
I think my favorite part is
a
probably
good
as we do
figure.
The legs here, mid transformation.
Might be a bit too
Boom, you
small,
get the
though.
Spoiler flip
Like,
down, get the reveal,
I don't
the
know.
triple exhaust. in
Does
the
look a
back.
little small.
And then as we switch over to that vehicle form itself, we go full licensed Lamborghini Centenario 2017. This car, as a vehicle form was just phenomenal when it was revealed. It's a full carbon fiber hull chassis on the vehicle itself. But for the movie, it gets this really nice color accent with the orange to really make it pop from anything else that's really shot from the production line. But again, licensed Lamborghini form, get that spoiler in the upright position, you have the taillights around the back, you have the daytime running lights up here on the front. And again, it's just beautiful, licensed, proportioned vehicle. Didn't really sacrifice anything in either mode, so I'm so excited for that guy to get.
Looks good. Maybe
course,
not
he's got
unlike my.
the time gun. The only
Like, I need
weapon
to
in
get it
Transformers
now,
universe
but, like,
that has to be
if I see it, I
announced
might
every
get it.
time it's fired, where he goes, "I'll stop the time."
Oh, there you
So,
go. You said the one.
Stoked that we were able to get that. Get a couple little deco ops in there as it's being fired off, and just overall as an offering. This guy's up there. This might be my top figure of 2022.
Yeah, we're working with Lamborghini too. That partnership to create that iconic vehicle from the movie is just.
So
I mean, that transformation is fantastic. The transition just looks so seamless. It's pretty beautiful, if I do say so myself.
This was my
I wonder if
first
they're
time
gonna
working
bring
with
up the
Lamborghini,
15th
and they were
anniversary
such a
5 pack in
phenomenal
this.
partner. We've worked with all these great auto manufacturers across
I
Transformers, but I
don't
think
know.
definitely
I hope,
they're
maybe.
throughout the
They probably
process they were
won't.
like, well, can we do this? Can we get that rear diffuser in there? Can we make all these other elements which initially were kind of sacrificed because of the transformation, but it kind of made us go back and continuously push and change the form. Working with Tomo over at with Takaro, he was just such a phenomenal design partner on this to really be able to hit home, and ultimately what we ended up delivering is phenomenal representation of the character.
Oh, absolutely. It's always great when design elements of the robot mode are in the car mode, and it's like, oh, we don't have to work witchcraft to make this work. Like, it's just like, oh, we can kind of, yeah, oh, this is so much easier. Thank God. So,
Well, I mean, I was gonna ask you.
Speaking of witchcraft.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Exactly.
I was going to go right on to the next reveal.
Or what's the next reveal?
That's
Come
a
on.
perfect transition. We've talked enough about this one. Let's head right over to another Last Night character. So, Sam, all you again?
Crosshairs? Where's that week for crosshairs?
So speaking of witchcraft, that was a beautiful segue
Yep.
into a completely different form by way of crosshairs. Crosshairs,
I don't like
of course,
the legs.
This is the second film we saw this character depicted in, the first being Age of Extinction. Wasn't a
I
huge
can't tell
change to
if
the
the
character
Last
between
Night
the two
figure,
films.
like the
We
one
did
that came
see
out in that
some
Twilight, is better
alterations
than
done to the vehicle mode, but
this one.
ultimately probably one of the biggest challenges we've seen in studio series and just as a character as a whole, being able to hide an entire vehicle form, not only in a bot mode, but also having it be able to translate into a trench coat for the character, which we're actually able to articulate, open up, and really not sacrifice too much in terms of the character. As we do get around here to the back mode, you can see we're able to incorporate the jetpack of the character onto the back, as well as getting some of those fender details to act as
it looks
the
like he's a
lower
shell
parts of
former.
his trench coat and jacket. So really cool to see a lot of
Kinda
the
like
CAD
the
work
Age
on
of
this
Extinction,
character.
where
There's
it's
some guy with videos
Oh,
70,000 subscribers.
giving him his
That's
dual
randomly
SMG,
in my
rifles to be able to fire away with to really sell home the character. Now, where this guy really gets to shine is definitely going to be in terms of his vehicle form, and this in the form of a licensed C7 Corvette Stingray. It's the same vehicle that was used in Age of Extinction, but they did make some updates to it. Originally, it was clad in more of the Z51 look. But they brought in some elements like over fenders, changing up the spoiler, as well as a few of the rear diffuser details to really try and emulate more of the Z06. And then we see this matte black kind of two-tone paint job that's just brought across the whole vehicle. We get that directly around the back. And as you can see, nothing in terms of the vehicle form had to be sacrificed for the bot. And it's, I think, probably the best representation we've had of the that C7 Corvette, which Corvette itself in live action has just had so much on-screen presence. You had, everything in terms of Sideswipe and having his form kind of be the introduction of what this Corvette would ultimately be. So it's great to sort of see that evolution happen on screen across the scope of 4 films.
Absolutely. I mean, it looks unreal. I'm just most excited about playing out that bowling alley scene. The quest scene, it's just
Bowling alley
lining them all
scene.
up. I think it's the perfect figure to finally.
Is that the scene with Cogman?
Yeah, I mean, what do you
I think that highlights a few characters that we still need to do from that bowling alley scene. So, good stuff.
Just a few. There's always room for more, though.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I'm always so impressed, Sam, by your knowledge of cars and all their pieces and everything.
I don't remember much from the last night.
I think I know some stuff, and then it's like, oh no, I know nothing compared to Sam. So thank God you're on this team. So. Yeah.
But let's shift gears a little bit. Let's take a quick departure from live action to our 1986 animated feature.
Oh my God.
What do we have here?
It's gonna be Ironhide, isn't it?
Next up, we have Voyager class Ironhide. So, obviously, Ironhide and Ratchet were key main characters in the normal G1 Transformers animated television series, and had a prominent 5 minutes in the beginning of the '86 movie. He was one of my favorite characters, and I was incredibly traumatized when he was murdered by Megatron, and so now all of you get to relive my trauma with this figure. So Voyager scale. Essentially what we did here is we didn't want him to parts form like the Earthrise figure did. So we had to bump him up in scale to make sure that we could get in all of those panels and everything else, and make sure that it compacts, and just gives him a wonderful representation of his animation design, I think. Worked on this guy with Kunihiro-san, who is an absolute wizard, if we're continuing with the witchcraft here. And it's just like we went back and forth, and one of my favorite things actually about this, since Sam was talking about the hot rod, is how the feet transform, which I'm going to pop on over to his alt mode to show you. So, he obviously turns into his red cherry van. And as you can see, there's no extra shield, there's no extra nothing here. These are all parts that belong on him and will fold up inside him.
Pretty much putting the Earthrise on
He
the
can house his two
shame.
blasters as mufflers on the bottom of his feet. They can also store up here on top. And actually, he can also store them on his back when he's in robot
Not something
mode,
I'm
so
gonna
those tabs
consider getting
just
though.
tab in. But, as I was saying, my favorite thing about this is actually how the feet transform. You just pop these back parts out, flip them down, whoop, and split the legs, and then it's just like, oh my god, he's got feet. Like, it's one of those like small little genius things that's like, oh, that's so smooth, that's so much fun. This is great.
Interesting.
Yeah, and there's a nice render of it.
I mean, this just looks awesome.
Alright,
Yeah,
so we got Hot
it's
Rod,
one of those
Crosshairs,
classic
G1
car forms
Ironhide.
that's just like, he's a van, he should be bigger than like our deluxe car bots, but height-wise in the show,
Well, I hope we get to
he was
Fallen. We're
just, like,
probably
a
gonna
little
get
bit
to
taller
Fallen
than them, so
today.
we stayed to the scale that we established in Earthrise, which is why we did that. But when he goes into van mode, he's so much bigger than any of our deluxe cars. So, as I said, witchcraft and wizardry on this guy. So he's one of my favorite figures that I think I've worked on so far. And I've kept him on my desk like this entire time. Like even when we were doing past streams, it's like, oh, there he is. There's Ironhide. He's watching me do my job. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. So.
Mufflers too. I mean,
Who
making the
is
blasters
the
into
last
mufflers, like, that
Deluxe?
just looks so cool. What a way to repurpose that. Really.
And who are the two Voyagers?
Kunihiro-san all
It's
the
not
way. That was
Galvatron
him, and
and
also these feet were also him
Thundercracker, is
that he
it?
figured out, and it was just like, oh, how?
No,
how
those
did you
got
do that?
revealed
That's
earlier.
amazing. It's just little simple things. So yeah.
That's 3, and BMAC mentioned 4 at the top of this. So leader class now? Right, I think people might care about this one just a little bit, right?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
The amount of hype that has happened on this figure, where it's just like people have been reaching out since like February, like, let's go. It's like,
Well, now
gotta
I'm
see
terrified
it.
that it's not going to live up to the hype, but I certainly hope it does.
Alright, who's
I
the
think
last
it will.
Deluxe?
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm also going to preface this by saying, make sure you rewatch the movie so that you know why we did what we did with his colors. But okay,
Oh, yeah.
so next up is our leader class, the Fallen.
Oh!
So, some of you are probably looking at this right now and going like, why is there blue there? And it's like, he actually had a lot of metallic blue on him in the movie.
I thought we were getting
looked at
4
the
Deluxes.
ILM CAD, we
I guess it was
dissected
4
and we rewatched some of the
reveals.
scenes there, and it was just like, wow, yeah, he had
That
a lot
looks
of
so
reflective shiny
good.
blue on like his parts.
I need it.
So yeah, so here he is, the big boy, the big lanky boy himself.
It's a Bionicle.
So, worked on this with Ajima-san. As I said before, we used the CAD from the movie to make him and reference him.
Wonder
He's
what he
very
turned it into.
articulated. We made sure to get like his weird appendages that attach to his forearms in here.
That
can
might
stretch and
hinder
articulate, like, with his arm movement, but if they do
articulation a
get in the
little
way
bit.
at all, they're just on a ball joint, so you can pop them out to get more dynamic posing. He comes with his staff. I can break apart into 2 pieces because he has to do it for his transformation mode, which I'll get in a second. But another cool feature, you can take his mask off. Because what did Optimus Prime say? It's like, give me your face!
Give
Oh,
me
so
your
you
face.
can take.
Yeah, I think, wasn't that the line? When he's like ramming a sword through it. But yeah.
You have
take-
not
was on,
watched
like,
the
a
Bay
total
films.
spree.
And if you have, it's been
A
a
little
very
bit.
long
The
time
number
if
of
you
faces
have.
that Optimus Prime takes, where it's just like, all throughout movie 1, it's just like sword through the face, hook through the face.
Not the
Luffy's
first
the
movie.
safe.
He just killed Bone
Yeah.
Crusher.
Give me
He
your
wanted to
face.
give us
He
a
didn't
little
do
bit
that to
more
Megatron
action,
in the
I
first
guess.
movie, did he?
But yeah,
No.
so alt mode wise,
That's because he actually
we
had
essentially
morals.
kind of based his alien jet form off of the old toy, but then we modified it a bit to kind of live more in that universe and look more like some of the weird alien jet
Oh,
forms that we'd seen
Soundwave.
previously with like the Megatron.
30 minutes
things like
late.
that.
Yeah.
So here.
Then again, I didn't expect the stream to be at 10 o'clock.
Shows clearly.
No, that looks so good. I mean, that Cybertronian
I mean,
spacecraft.
let's see.
that room just
We
looks
got Hot Rod
awesome.
revealed last night. Hot Rod
It's
last
very
night.
Aliens Attack or like.
Oh, that does not
Yeah,
look like a good alt
but
mode, but since
I
when
know,
did he
I
transform?
believe what. in
Anyways,
year
we got
one or
last
two of
night Hot
Studio
Rod,
Series,
last
we
night
released,
Crosshairs, which
Optimus
kind of
Prime
looks
and Jetfire that
icky.
can
The Hot
fly,
Rod
so I
looks
know people
good.
have been waiting for this for a long time,
86
so I think we
Ironhide
finally
and now
get a
the
big
Fallen.
face-off. But yeah.
Oh yeah, we're also getting
I hope this guy
stamps.
moves up to
We're
you.
getting Transformers stamps for some reason.
He's a lot of fun.
The fuck is stamps?
Yeah,
Came out
seriously.
phenomenal.
It's like G1 Comics
Oh, thank you.
stamps.
Yeah, great job, Evan.
And then they're sitting
I
there
mean,
talking
those
about,
all
oh, you
look
know,
incredible. I
let's
feel
try
like
and
we need
make
to bring
hotel
back,
towels.
There we go. Bring back the team. Now
Yeah,
that the gang's
I'm a
on.
little,
That's
I'm a little
stupid.
jealous I didn't get to
Yeah.
work on Studio Series this time. That Corvette looks awesome. The Fallen, when I ever saw the gray model come in for instruction review, I was like, what the hell is this thing? It was incredible. Evan was having a good time playing with it. So, yeah. All right, so we're going to keep this train rolling because we have legacy stuff going on.
So no
Um,
Voyager
yeah,
reveals,
so,
okay.
uh,
At least we
yeah,
finally
yeah,
get to see what the
Before
Fallen
we do
looks
that,
like.
B-Mac,
Like, fully.
Before we move
Not
over,
just...
I know you love Studio Series, and we've got just a few more for you.
Yeah,
Two
Oh.
you've probably already seen, and the two you have not.
Right, yeah, so
What?
let's rapid fire
SFO.
horror figures.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
God.
do it.
I'm gonna have to go with the Fallen.
Okay. Who do we? Okay, I think we're starting with
Let's-
Wheelie. Is that right?
Starting with Wheelie.
Oh,
Let's
wait,
start
no,
with
we
Wheelie.
got
Okay.
Let's start with
Okay.
Wheelie.
Wheelie now. God damn it.
Finally, you can plop a real transforming Wheelie on top of your 86 Studio Series Grimlock.
Yes, but who likes
Yeah,
Wheelie
worked
and
on
who's
this
gonna
guy
get
with the
Wheelie?
Suisan. It turned out phenomenal, I think. So here's the new figure, and actually, here's the G1 figure right next to him.
Oh, I thought you were gonna show the one that came
We
with
finally got a
Grimlock.
slingshot in there. I know this guy's already been getting around online and things like that, so some people have already
Evan
found
doesn't
nice little
always
mods that
do
we
what
see
we
put
want
in
him
there
to do.
where it's like
That is
you have
true.
this vehicle mode. You can pop open the hatch so that
He
you
was
can
sitting
see
there
his head
talking about how he
underneath,
was
which is how
traumatized by
the
Ironhide's
original toy
death
transformed
earlier.
back in the day.
Oh.
But we're rapid firing this,
What a
right? So should
loser.
I already move on?
Yeah.
Like, hey, it's Wheelie. He's
ambulance.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So next one, 86 Ratchet.
I'm gonna go back
Okay,
a little.
I only have one.
Alright.
left, sadly.
Lock-in.
So I'm only,
I did
so you're gonna
miss
have to look at
those
that render
other
and be like, yep,
figures
that's an
you said
ambulance.
earlier.
Ambulance. An
Yeah.
ambulance. There we go. There's the word.
Words
Go
of
ahead.
They are.
Hot
But yeah,
rod,
so we have
Core
Ironhide coming
Ratchet?
in Voyager scale, and we'll have Ratchet coming in Core scale. Who knows? I mean, eventually, we're going to redeco these as their opposites at some point.
No
But,
duh,
yeah,
you guys
so
love your
continuing with the Core
redecos.
scale to
and-
go with some of the figures we've been releasing in Kingdom. You
Repaints.
can have this Ratchet next to your Core class Optimus Prime.
Like, what the
We're just going to
fucking
build out
shit,
more of that line
guys?
because we think it's a
What?
great little scale.
Shit is
All right.
annoying that you love
So
those
new.
Legos.
We have new stuff now. Possibly my favorite backdrop in all of Studio Series. We have Dark of the Moon, Laserbeak,
that's Hot
right?
Rod,
That's
eh?
the third movie. I
Yeah,
can't
that's
remember
Hot
the
Rod.
order they go in.
Alright, now we got Laserbeak just revealed.
Yes, Dark of the Moon, Laserbeak,
Heavy
Official.
spawning their Bumblebee
Heavy
disguise.
remold
Did
of-
Laserbeak have?
Off-road
revealed at all? I'm
Bumblebee,
just gonna say
kind of.
they
At least
them.
the legs are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So here we go. In the bright pink Camaro, we have Laserbeak. In
Hey, when you
disguise.
guys gonna do a
It's
2007
very
Frenzy?
awesome. Very simple transformation, but
that's
it is a
already
licensed
planned.
Camaro, so that was fun. Worked on
Cross-
this with
crotch
Shusan, and Came
hairs.
out amazing. So,
I
yeah.
don't really
Actually-
like the
All right,
crosshairs.
one more.
Awesome. These look
I have
so
a feeling-
good.
Oh,
You're going to have
See
to
that.
explain a little bit about
He
this one.
looks
Because it's
okay.
Just a little
86, but people are going to need a little explanation why he's blue.
What?
So,
My free, give
86
me my free
Rumble.
crotch hairs.
yes.
Oh, we
86
got it.
Bumble
We're getting
sporting
ourselves a new
his,
Frenzy.
86 movie deco. because
It's like a
when he showed
Rumble,
up in the show,
G1
he was a
Rumble,
lot darker blue.
or Frenzy, or
And then,
whatever.
of course, there's the whole
G1?
which one
Yeah.
is
got me-
blue, Frenzy
you
or
got me
Rumble.
interested.
So when you pick up
Comes
this
with
figure,
pile
on our
drivers and
box, it will
guns
say
and
Rumble,
everything.
and then it will be like
Fuck
parentheses
up.
blue.
They actually got him correct.
Just to be
this,
more
wait.
confusing, like everybody else.
Shit,
But yes,
never
we're doing a
mind.
Are you
cassette
talking about?
No, it's
which I'm sure some
literally
of you
the
are like, oh,
Siege
is this the
one.
new size
I
standard
was
for full
hoping
scale?
it
No,
wasn't
of
the
course
Siege
not.
one. I hope they were
This is
actually
just-
gonna
this
redo
was
the
the
arms
way
a
that we
little
could
bit
get in
and make it so
Rumble
you
with
can
all of his
bend.
features and accessories,
Oh.
and he still turns into
So
a
it's
cassette
literally
that
the
fits
Siege
inside
one.
Blaster and the Soundwave that we previously released.
Fuck.
But
I was really hoping
this
they'd
also allowed us
make
to
a
make
brand new
sure
one.
that
Yeah, you give
we
pile
could give him
drivers
all
and
the
actual
deco that he
guns.
needed before those Battle Master 2 packs that we did in the
I'm
past.
not too
they shared
excited about
tools,
it. But
and they
I'm
also had to share
disappointed.
deco, so each
Yeah,
character that came out of that
it's
couldn't get all the
got
attention
pile
that they
drivers
needed,
and
and this
guns.
is a way that
I
we can
expected
kind of
as
do
much.
that.
Yeah.
For
You
size
guys couldn't
comparison, you can
even
kind of see.
bother to make the arms bend.
Here's kind of the difference here in the scale.
Like,
But
I do
essentially,
have
we were able to get
STL
his giant
files
pile drivers in there and give him
where
the
the
weapons
arms
that we haven't
can
been able to
bend.
release in a while.
Interesting.
I love this figure. Worked on this with his.
And-
I just saw a thing in chat saying I was
his
live.
masterpiece magic in here. So yeah, it's just a
How many
great
stupid
figure.
people do we get on a daily basis?
So
on the stream?
these will be
My
available
God, no
with the
offense,
fourth
but
wave,
some of
which
you
technically
people are
hits
pretty
shelf
stupid.
11-1, but you might be
Oh,
able to
God.
find these from some of the fan retailers online for pre-order.
No, he's just like, lol.
sooner than later.
Yeah, 8 Studio Series
I have-
reveals, and I
are you
think you
talking
can
about
easily tell which ones
this
are
actual-
our favorites, of course.
actual comment
But we want to
section
hear your
in the-
favorites too. So why don't you head over to the comments, let us know, so we can start reading those
sure.
live and see which one that you prefer
More
or want to add to your shelf.
coming.
Alright. I'm guessing
All right,
they're not
so
going
we're
to
gonna
speak
say bye to
about the
Lainey for a
5
few
pack.
minutes. We'll bring her back in at the end with Isabella. We'll recap
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
event, but we're gonna transition right into
Well, it's already
Transformers
been
Legacy.
revealed. They already
which
showed it
we
off
revealed
in,
all of these
like,
for you at San Diego
Comic-Con. Why would they
Comic-Con,
show
but
us
only in
something they
bot
already
mode,
revealed?
no weapons, no
Official
accessories,
renders and stuff.
no alt modes. So we're gonna kick it off
Even
right away.
still-
with
Because
one we
and we
definitely
also
got the
didn't
most
see the
questions
alt
about
modes. That's
since
their
Comic-Con,
reasoning.
which is gonna be Autobot Point Blank and his Battlemaster
You saw their alt
Peacemaker.
modes.
Yeah,
Mark,
we
what do
already
you got?
saw these.
So here we are, Legacy,
Excuse me.
Point Blank, and Peacemaker. That is correct. Let me show off the beautiful illustrations on the box.
I guess,
first,
am I gonna get
because
86
they do
Rumble?
sing.
Yeah, I probably will.
Great
I
job
don't
to the
like- I really
packaging
don't
team
care
out
for
there. Really,
want
really
the,
happy about
Siege
getting
ones,
another
'cause I already have
Target
the
Master
Siege
to complete your Target
Rumble
Master
frenzy.
collection. Ever since I actually worked on this guy, which was Crosshairs back
I
in
want
the
the
Siege
Fallen.
days.
I want that
I
Fallen
really,
figure.
really wanted to finish off the Target Masters, so really, really
didn't
hyped
even, like,
about this
look
character.
at it.
Worked with Hasui-san on Point Blank here, and to include the Target Master Peacemaker was really, really
Point Blank
essential
was a
to us.
All
I think
knew about
that
Point
is
Blank.
just,
They're gonna
it makes
reveal
this
figures that
character
we
really,
already fucking
really
see, and
as
probably they
strong
probably
as
pissed in their
possible.
hand and said, "Yeah, this
you
is the
can
figure."
also see that his head sculpt
Oh,
is the
just-
one that
we're just gonna
was featured in the animation in the
push on
G1.
through
I
with
think it
this.
was Rebirth was the episodes.
Oh, nice.
But
Just gonna
Yeah,
have
so we look at the alt mode. You can see that you put Peacemaker on his back there.
dude,
That guy in the bottom, what's his
Cybertronian
name?
race
It's not
car
Mark.
is just bananas
Wanna say it's
here. I
Evan?
mean, this thing is
He's not even-
just ridiculous.
doesn't even look like he's
Come
watching
on
the
now.
stream.
I mean, this thing is built for speed.
Maybe he is. I
Yeah, his
don't
colors
know.
are great.
Yeah, this is color. Yeah, we actually got a really nice molded, like I think it's a 201C or a 200C, which is like almost a little bit brighter than Warpath. But I was actually really, really hyped about how this translucent cockpit came out. And Hasui-san, of course, loves to have those little details just to pop the cockpit.
They're just revealing
You
fake,
cannot
they're just
fit
showing
a Titan
Point Blank
Master in
and
there,
its Target Master
unfortunately.
Peacemaker.
But I mean, it's
Yeah.
really cool to just play out the fantasy to have like somebody hopping in like a Peacemaker in there. But yeah,
This
and
one's
you know
great.
what? Peacemaker is actually he has some nice energon details on him, and
Doesn't look
he
too
came out
good,
pretty
though.
cool. Like
We just
cost
got
was challenging to
Battle
fit
Masters
in
and
Target Master here, but we
or Target
you know,
Masters or
it
whatever
was,
they're
it was
called.
essential. You can't leave out
No,
Peacemaker.
we got
Come
them.
on.
You can't
We got
leave
them
him out.
Siege.
And I know everybody was questioning it when we were at Comic-Con, like why he wasn't in the picture, but it was purpose was just to reveal the bots. So we wanted to save that reveal for today. So we're gonna move on. next deluxe crankcase. Right, we got bot mode here. Got a fun new little grill feature going on in the hand. What's going on there?
I know. Isn't that wild? So, Crankcase. Well, you know, I'm gonna start off first with the glorious box art because
You love the boxes.
You know, Crankcase is a character that, you know, he's a trigger con, and you probably would not realize that he's even in the Transformers universe. But ever since Crankcase came out in the movies, and I was like, wait a second now. That Crankcase isn't the cranky Decepticon bot that I know and love. So,
well, not everything's going to be G1.
I just thought it was really essential to kind of bring him in here. And what's really wild about this is that it's a partial off of Skids, the Skids mode that we released in Legacy.
We already know that.
As you can see, that grill does pop off. That was
car mode.
A very, very key feature to try to like make this Skids integrate. As you can see, you know, we got some nice details on the spare tire back there.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Just like the original toy,
it's a
but
stretch, but
has really, really great paint operations on there. Yeah, so you can pop off that grill on the
drastically
front,
different,
which is kind of cool. I mean, it's definitely different from
not everything is 2007 there.
Blaster weapons, but this is very cool.
Transformers Prime.
Yeah, a little hidden
Got
blaster.
some nice sculpts on the inside too. Make it really look like a blaster. You can see there in bot mode. Another amazing shot. We definitely have to shout out to Dave White. We have tons more photos for all
like
of these
my
characters.
name in orange
You'll
popping
see
up
them on
on
the
the
news
screen.
sites and the e-com sites when these go live this afternoon. Definitely
In the
check those out.
stream.
The
Follow
Hasbro
Dave
stream on
stream.
Instagram. He kills it every time.
And I know everybody wanted the TriggerCon double blasters, so we stick the blasters out, but the blasters are there. He does have his iconic shoulder blasters. We could not leave those out. Some of the pictures I know that we released did not have those in there, but they're in there. They're in there. They're there. So you know, we had to do Crankcase justice.
Perfect. All right. So
why does my name keep showing up in the chat?
This is the fourth piece for Menasor, technically. So this is Dead End. You're gonna show us what's going on here with the Deluxe itself, and then we're gonna take a little look at how it goes on the combiner as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it would be a disservice if I wasn't going to show you how it jumps onto Menasor, right?
Yeah.
So here you have your third Stunticon that is really looking pretty solid. As you already saw his robot mode. I mean, he's got the nice double blasters.
I already seen how, like, literally there's a full-on review on Dead End, and now you guys want to talk about it?
This mode came out pretty phenomenal.
At least he got reviewed after
yellow stripe across
Comic-Con reveal.
The top of the roof, and it lined up really nicely.
Yep. The paint applications for this guy really came out phenomenal, as well as the detail. As you can see, he's got some really nice sculptural detail on his headlights there, and a lot of nice sculptural detail on the back.
I didn't get the other
And, you know, as you want to see, you got your Menasor arm here. He plops on here.
You almost put it on backwards.
And it unlocks that mechanism.
What a surprise.
And then he splits apart like so. Kaboom-ski.
Alright, now can you show it on Menasor with drag strip and Wild Rider?
Honestly, you realize they've already done that, like in shot, right?
Almost there. Let me pop him on. Let me pop him on. You know. Let me pop him.
This isn't the first time they've showed off.
Apparently, by the way, we decided to release them.
They just want to show it off with
genetics. He's got skinny legs.
There we go.
Big bots do
We just have one more left.
Big bots do squat. That's great. So, I mean, all you're missing is Mr. Breakdown here. Well, we're gonna get there. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
We'll get there. Maybe like PulseCon or something might be where everybody gets to see it. Maybe
well, we already know
I
we're
don't
seeing
know.
Wait for
We'll
It
see what
PulseCon.
happens in a little bit. All right. One more deluxe. This one looks nothing like the other three.
Because it's not Q1.
We got Skullgrin. This thing's awesome.
Oh wait, no,
Absolutely
that is
in love with
Q1.
this. So you can see here with some weapons, got those blades in his hands, got the blasters on his back, got the horns. I mean, it's awesome.
I mean, the Pretender Skullgrin jumping into the deluxe class here. I mean, this was a serious design challenge. As you know, Pretenders had the shell, the robot inside that transformed into the vehicle. We kind of merged that whole entire gimmick there and made this guy kind of like the old Skullgrin that was released back in the day, but we really stuck to the vehicle
that
mode
looks like an ugly tank.
that was showcased in the vehicle inside of the shell. So as you can see here,
it looks like
the
half a
treads.
tank
It's almost
combined
very,
with
very
something else.
Cybertronian. But what I
fact
love
that
about
you're
this vehicle mode
impressed
is
by
that
that
you have
is
full
sad, because
360
that's how the
rotation of
Pretenders
gun
are.
turrets. You
Oh,
have
are they?
dual
Yeah, you didn't know that.
articulation
Oh
on
my
both,
god, kid. You
both
were
Dude, do you think I
blasters.
pay attention
I
to
mean,
the Pretenders?
you also have the sword
Kind of.
blasters.
I don't care about
do
the
come
Pretenders. Why
off,
am I
and
gonna
they
pay
all
attention to
do
them?
fit
I fucking love
blast
the
effects
Pretenders.
as
Fuck
well,
you.
which is essential,
We
as
need-
you know. And
we
I want to just
need
talk about a little
Metal
something
Hawk.
about this head sculpts,
We
because we
need
went
Metal Hawk. Oh shit.
we
hold on.
went all the way down. So there was a lot of different roads we went to.
Looks
on
like he's, like,
this head sculpt.
trying
We
to
had the lower jaw, took out the
sniff your
lower
head.
jaw, but like, you know,
Looks like he's
amplified
having
his
purple
horns.
lean.
But then, like, how do you fit this big skull head inside the Cybertronian tank? I'll tell you, Yuki-san performed yet again, as
More
Evan was
wizardry?
saying, the wizardry. Yes, the wizard staff came out. There was a couple of grazing moments, and it happened, and it was gorgeous. I was so happy that we could bring a Pretender to Legacy in the deluxe scale.
Oh, I was just about to say, you already brought
Want to
a
talk about the Pretender,
Pretender.
stuff, because I know we have like a die-hard audience that is all about like they want to bring the shells back and things like that. Like, how do you feel about this execution of it?
We're gonna do
Because it's like I
more.
love this, like this, especially
We
when it's like
aren't
the
done
Decepticons
yet.
are all
Nope, we
monsters.
still
and
have
that
3
really-
more.
That plays very well to their robot modes, but you leave the alt mode the same. I think that's beautiful. But I know, like, obviously there will be certain fans that really want the shells to come back. How do you feel about that, Mark?
I'll tell you, man, it was
He's
very,
become a
like,
reporter.
right when we were like, oh, like, I
You?
think Lenny was on the
No,
road,
no,
like,
not
do
me.
Pretenders.
That
I
guy's
was
like,
like,
oh,
yeah,
what do you think
Pretenders.
about
And then I was
the
like, oh,
Pretender
wait,
shells
but
coming
like,
back?
we can't have them at
We
portraiture
are already
scale
discussed
or
this
leader
at the Hasbro
scale.
board.
Like, how
Why
do
the
we even,
fuck are you
how do
asking
we
me now, you
tackle
fucking
this
fag?
insane, like, design?
Well, he
And
wasn't.
I
He wasn't
actually-
at Comic-Con.
I'm the one who suggested to merge them.
He was on his
to make
honeymoon.
it
I
happen.
don't fucking
and I,
care if you're on your hoodie
Thank you, I
honeymoon or
appreciate
not. You
that,
fucking
but
suck,
they're
you little
also
bitch.
obviously the
Fuck
purists
you.
out there. Please let us know in
Fucking
the
pay
comments
attention
if
to
you
the
want us
goddamn
to bring back the
conversation,
shells. I
motherfucker.
hear you. I hear you. It's tough.
Yeah.
New retro target, right?
I
We'll
could
try to
literally
find
send
the
you
original
a
molds or
sex
something.
tape of
That's
you
not-
banging
no,
your
probably
wife.
not. I'm just
Fuck
saying that,
you.
but we would definitely,
never know.
but
Are you
definitely sound
serious
off in
right
the
now?
comments. Tell us what you
That's
think. Do you like
I
these?
was there.
We got a
I
lot
had
of
a
positive
videotape.
feedback about the
I
first
was
one,
able to
so
record you
definitely
in
let
that
us know about
hotel.
Skullgrin.
Now you
All right.
do exactly
Let's
what I
roll
say and stop
into
being a
our,
dumbass.
Voyager class now. So we're gonna
Bring
go
back the shows.
into a
I
base,
don't care,
right?
so
We got
no.
a Predacon Inferno.
Where the hell are you
Right?
seeing
Finish
all
off.
kinds of-
Oh,
They're
look
not
at
even in
this
Finish off
big
the
red
squad.
fire ant. That blaster. Oh,
I mean, I'm not
so
really
good.
looking in the stream
So
chat right now.
Tomo-san and Takara Tomy worked on this guy, did a spectacular job. Actually, shout out to Doug Schulteis. Big shout out to
Hasbro
Doug
Pulse
Schulteis.
stream,
He's on a
Beast Wars
Beyblade brand,
Inferno.
but he
Let me guess, there's not a
with
fourth
the
flap.
Z-sculpt on
It's
the
missing
fire
the
ant,
fourth
so
flap,
a
and
lot
a
of the
third-party
sculptures
upgrade
and
kit will
textures
have
he
to
helped
fix
out
that
with,
because you guys are
and
incompetent.
the actual
What a
form
surprise.
for the,
Almost like I
his
called that.
illustration is
Right?
bananas. And as you know, his head does
Fucking
articulate,
disappointing.
so
I
you
know
can start
there's been
yelling
people
about
saying,
saving
it
the
doesn't
queen
matter, it's
and all
missing the
kinds of
third the
nonsense this
fourth
guy
flap.
talks
I
about,
fucking
which
care
is fantastic.
because the show model had a fourth flap.
Application.
Yes, I understand. Beast War
So
or
paint
Kingdom
applications for this
Terrorsaur
guy
is
came out
literally
phenomenal.
a
As you can
flawed
see, the
fucking
metallic
toy.
really
It
does
should be a
sing.
lot taller
His
than what it
head
is.
sculpt is
Black
as
Arachnia is way
detailed
too
as I
damn
could
tall.
possibly get it. Let's
And
see
the list
here.
goes
Yeah,
on.
there you go. And you
Ratchet
have
is way too short.
that head
Yes,
articulation.
yes, absolutely is
with
way
the
too
mouth,
short.
and you can see the red.
30
underneath,
Thrillings
yeah.
got it
So,
right.
also, what I want to say is
30 Thrillings got
Oh, wait,
everything.
no,
come
there-
with his little rocket booster.
There are
right?
4 flaps.
But the great part about this little jetpack booster is his His
Thank
thing does
you
spin.
for
You can propel
confirming
it just like
your
the animation,
incompetence,
which is
fucking Hasbro
really,
employee.
really spectacular.
Thank you.
I was
You said
very,
there was
very hyped about
25
that.
figures
This
More
does pop
wizardry.
off.
Because the
This does
product
pop off
shot
and become his
shows it.
handheld
Can you
energon
blame a
infused
guy?
blaster
Yeah.
because we could not
I
figure out
can't
how to
blame you.
cost out the weapon, so we dual path.
So thank God
jet
that
booster into the
solves
weapon.
our mystery.
And then,
Thank
as
you,
you know,
Hasbro
this
employee, for not being
crazy
incompetent.
creature here,
You
this
know, I wish
fire ant,
Marcus would
which,
kind of like show
we
his,
follow the kingdom format, and we tried
his,
to make this thing as real as
Instagram page.
possible.
It was like, that guy,
Just to note, it seems
well,
like
he's
he
used
has
a real
black
one.
eyes here, but we ended up doing a
Let's be
switch
honest.
gate in production to get the
if
blue
we
eyes.
lost a real one, I'd be
So
kind of
watch
pissed.
out for that.
Oh
We
yeah,
had to
the
strip
only
off
Hasbro,
a
the only competent
Armada
Hasbro
Starscream,
employee.
which is going to be coming up next.
He's like,
and,
oh yeah, we had to
to
take his
try to get the
Instagram
switch
page
gate
because it
for
turns
the
out he was
eyes.
showing
Yeah.
products
Oh
that we're
yeah,
not
I'm
supposed to show.
just
Spoilers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
man.
exactly.
We're about to talk about my favorite one of the wave, and you just like steal the
Armada
thunder.
Piss Scream. I
See,
love this
that's
figure.
why you guys would want to hang out with me.
Armada Starscream.
All right, so yeah, so we have Armada Starscream. This totally
Nice
looks
blur
brand new
effect
to
for your
everybody.
shitty video. I'm kidding,
So
I'm
yeah,
kidding.
tell us about what you had to change here.
Man, I'm such a negative
So
Nancy.
that double op that's on the sword, the winged sword, that actually is going to be a regular colored sword. It's not going to be energized infused because we figured that the energon infused weapon there was the Star Saber, which
yeah, when I looked at it
we
first, I was,
obviously
oh
couldn't break
yeah,
up into
4
3
flaps
minicons, but
are missing.
we
But
thought-
no, he's
thought
got
it
all
was
4. You know
essential
what?
to bring in with,
I will
Armada
admit, one
Starscream
complaint
and,
is done.
So it'll end up
And another
being,
complaint
the
is
color
also
of the
done, so you can
gray
actually turn his
like
propellers.
This is just our early EP1, which is the wrong gray, but
That's very
that's
good.
what I had. So check this thing out.
I'm curious what the
and,
4th
tell you,
flap
this thing is
goes for Ant
flying
mode
right out of
because
the
it looks
animation.
like
It's
there's
also
not
a
even a
kickoff
flap.
of like
flap.
jumping into the 20th anniversary of Transformers
So-
Armada. We covered this at Comic-Con. Depending
I'm
on where
glad
in the
to be
world
proven
you
wrong.
lived,
I will
Armada either started at
gladly
the
buy
end of
Inferno.
2022 or didn't
No
air
question.
until 2020 or sorry
For Inferno.
2002.
I mean, I would say
and
where's his
2003.
fucking
So celebrating that
flamethrowers,
20th
but-
anniversary. So this is our first foray into that.
Does that
Maybe a
really
little
matter?
foreshadowing
I mean,
that
it does,
Legacy next
but
year's gonna have
You
some
can't
Armada
win them
stuff.
all.
Are you still
Post
in
con,
the
what can I say? Maybe you'll find out.
Yes, I'm still in the Inferno.
twin
Armada Starscream,
null
there's
ray
literally nothing to
cannons
complain about.
that
Why would I
do
complain
fit
about
on the
a
blast
almost
effect?
perfect
Come
figure?
on now. I
I
mean,
know.
we're
I'm not
talking
even
the
getting
business
Armada
here with this Armada Starscream. This
Well,
thing
it's
came
because
out
you're
wonderful.
only a Prime
shout
fan
out to
and a Beavers
Otaku-san
fan. I'm
on
a
this
fan
one
all
'cause,
around. Like, I'm
killed
sure
it.
you.
G1's okay. I just
One more
I've
character
never
that
had
revealed
that
at
much
Comic-Con. This
fascination
one was
with
done by
G1.
Sam.
You're talking
A
about
lot
like
of
the
like
G1
super hyped for it because we
cartoon. I'm
actually
more so
randomly
talking
had
about,
a
like
package of it
Takara's
from an
Headmasters,
EP
Master
that
Force,
we took with us
Victory.
to Comic-Con
Hell,
by
even
accident. So we
a
got to put it out
franchise
there
I
for you to
know
look
you
at.
are not
So
fans, but a part of the fandom
Transmetal
you don't know
to
about.
Dragon Megatron. Let's take a
Literally,
look at it here in
Battle
bot mode.
Stars.
You get to see now it
Battle
comes
Stars,
with that
Kiss
fire
Players,
breath,
Teletran Go-Go.
clear accessory, really posable. Let's take a look
Still
quick
stand.
in its beast
There are
mode.
good.
You can see those wings articulate.
Which
we
they
didn't
better
really get to
fucking
show that
show
off.
has an
So,
extra
Sam,
hand on
let's
that,
talk about it.
like the Gen Xing.
Talk about all the
They
things
really
I
want to
want
compete.
talk
I
about.
mean,
So
they
I guess about
maybe
starting
we have the
box,
budget.
which I don't normally get
I
to
hope
do,
it's 9
but,
inches.
You know, Mark, you set the
Did they tell
precedent
you?
with what we're doing for Legacy. So, Mark, you set the box itself is a phenomenal artwork. Mario and the team absolutely killed it with the render here. I love this illustration on the
Okay,
side.
we don't care about artwork, but
This one
I mean,
goes
I do, but
back
I
a
don't.
ways in terms of people that have contributed to it. This originally started off as an item with Lenny, who, you know, Lenny's a huge dragon guy. Lenny loves Beast. He was so amped about doing this character. So there was a lot of pressure in taking it over where it's like, all right, this guy's got to live up to, you know, the trans metal that Lenny would expect.
This guy's got to live up to
But
Gen
I
X, Gen
am
Xing. Like, if
pleased
you
to
really
say,
want to be a good
I think he
Megatron.
does that quite well. So,
Oh, by the way, that flame effect,
trans metal to Megatron. This guy is
it
massive.
looks.
He is
No,
huge
that
in
is not the
scale.
Last
If
Nights.
it ever focuses, again, he's able
Not
to
the
bring
Last
in
Night's
all of
frower.
that great detail.
In the shots that we
Actually
saw
works
before this,
with
it kind of
Tony
looked like
Colella,
that.
who used to be
Yeah,
one
the
of our
first couple
model
shots we had.
model
I'll
shop
give you credit.
artists
They
to
did look like
really nail in the
but
colors that were
this
gonna
shot,
be,
no.
kind
Because
of
the Last
appropriate
Night
for this,
one,
'cause
like, the
kinda
end
wanted
of
a
it
molded Iron
had like
Man
a
red
bigger
for this,
shot at the
and it's
end that
not
didn't
a
really
color that we
match
normally
with
used
the
throughout this. So
how
being
it was
able
coming
to
out.
get an appropriate red
Yeah.
that's really going to allow the gold
Whereas
details
this
to pop
one,
on him.
this one's
and then,
matching.
as we
That's
got
fine.
into the purples,
Whatever.
getting that really nice saturated gradients.
Looks like
which
there's
you
gonna be
have
some
all
kibble like the
along
original
the
toy
neck
had,
here,
and I'm
all
fine
along
with
the
that.
tail and
Looks
the
like the
back.
entire back of the
And as we
beast mode
switch over
chest.
to his
And that's
beast form,
not back. The front of the back
you
of the
get
beast mode
those
chest is
great gradients of gold on the
Dragon
chest,
mode.
which really help to make some of these details
Dragon
pop.
mode is
So
alright.
this was working with Ajima over at Takara, and he absolutely killed it. We
get to
have
the
been
back
working
of
a
the
lot
figure,
more with
it's
the digital
surprisingly
files
well
lately,
hidden.
and of everything that I've worked
Looks
on
very show
Transformers,
accurate.
which has
I will
been
give credit. This
Titan-scale
looks way better than
masterpiece,
Optimal
all
Optimus
sorts
that we
of
got from Power of the
Voyagers
Primes.
and,
And I have the original
and leaders,
Optimus
and nothing
in his
has,
tank mode right now.
been
The
anywhere
original
close
Optimal
to
Optimus.
the
Mine's like
the
missing
actual
like a
size
finger.
of this because of all the
I
texture
guess it was
we were able
busted
to
off
bring
by
into it.
somebody else.
No,
Mine was busted off.
every bit of it
And especially
is
the
covered in
shields,
scales and
the
textures.
two guns,
It's phenomenal. We had Emiliano
missiles,
work on the detail drawings for
everything
this,
that's
so it's great collaboration of so many people
kinda
involved in
sucks.
this one. As BMAC mentioned, he does have that
Where
flame
SG
club
Soundwave
accessory, but where
Ultra
this thing
Magnus
really
on
shines
the
is
shot.
taking that 5mm port,
Restock
plugging it into
Cosmos,
the
restock
mouth there.
Cosmos,
So you have the
restock
articulated
Cosmos,
jaw
restock
on the
Cosmos.
dragon. Remove that port. Every
Is it
single
this-
piece
this
of this neck is individually ball jointed, so you can get
Is
some
it the
great
same
range
like
of
2 or
articulation
3
to
people
that,
saying restock Cosmos?
as well as to the tail itself.
Kind
As we make
Swivel
our way to
here.
the back with the
Swivel
wings,
here. Yes,
we
Gabby
use
the Han. Ha
polychrome,
ha ha. Funny,
while
funny.
allowing us to
Alright.
maintain all of that detail.
Ball
What's really
joint,
nice is
ball
there's
joint,
still
ball
paint
joint.
tools
I
on
love
to
how
use
like the
primer
siege
on,
one,
so
our siege
we're able
toys.
to double up
They're
on
like,
the paint there to
hey,
actually get some
we're
of
not
that
going to use
onto the
ball
wing,
joints
so that
because
as it
literally
reveals
the
down, it does
engineering would say that
match a
those
bit
joints
more
would
to what
become
we saw
weak.
in the
These guys,
animation.
oh, we're using
Yeah,
ball
So
joints
there's a
here,
lot to
here,
talk about
here.
on that guy.
Well, so the next couple of years, you guys are going to need to use
Photos
Pledge
get up
4
there this
polish.
afternoon, too.
Haha, losers,
Alright, so
you
we're gonna rapid
dumbasses.
fire core
You're going to
again
have to
really
use
quick.
Pledge 4 polish.
First up, another
I got fat laser beak right here. I'm
so
about
we
to
have
implode my
bombers
chair.
here
I'm
in
like
bot
500
mode.
pounds. No, I'm just kidding.
You see that?
He's not a bad guy.
Oh wait,
And
what's
then
this?
It's vehicle mode. This is
They
the
have
jet.
Daros. Alright, that's
So,
not Daros. That's
do
Cloud.
you have one,
Cloud.
Evan? I
Fuck,
wasn't
what's his
sure if you were able
Japanese
to get a
name?
sample.
I know this guy.
Oh, you have 2
I
samples.
like it. I don't like it
Well,
though.
yes,
I like the. Okay,
yeah.
so
Here we have Bombers,
they literally
there's
have
definitely
a
some reasons
deluxe
to like.
version
So
of
yeah, he's like a
Daros.
vampire bat who turns
And
into
then
a
they
Skullgrin
show the
jet,
fucking
which was
leader of the
his
Decepticon
pretender
pretenders to
transformer
be
form.
a core class
He
figure.
comes with his
This is
axe
absolute
that he has,
bullshit.
and worked on this with Hisui-san,
This is
and
what
it
I
was
don't like the team
fantastic.
for.
Like, I think this is
They
just
do
the
things
absolute
right,
perfect
right?
mixture of
And then they
the
fucking
pretender
have
shell
it in a
monster form
completely
with the
different
Cybertronian
size class that
transformer
does not work with the original characters.
Perfect. Yeah.
You guys
Alright.
know
And
the
then the other
G1
core in this
pretenders.
wave is
And
just
yet
a
you fuck
package
us over
refresh,
again.
But if anybody
What a
missed
surprise.
this in Kingdom,
Yeah.
I mean, Soundwave's
the
my
Optimus.
favorite, hence the
Oh wait, no,
buzzsaw ship.
Soundwave.
We are repacking this core
Really?
Soundwave that
Wasn't
Mark
this
worked
supposed to be
back on in
Sound
Kingdom.
Blaster?
And if you see it here in cassette mode, it comes with that
I
slug
don't know.
cassette.
It looks
This
just
thing's
like
just
Soundwave
fun
to
to
me. I don't know
convert
why you're
whenever you
saying
get it in your
Sound Blaster.
hands.
Yeah.
We're super excited that everybody that missed it will have a chance
I have the core class
to get it into their
Soundwave.
core collection.
I certainly hope so.
I mean, it's
because
great
a
to
fantastic
reissue it,
figure.
I
We never
guess.
really show off package
But
refreshes
this
when we
is
do this. So when I
disappointing.
saw this on the list, I was like, why? But then it's like,
Huge
yeah,
fucking
okay, this
waste.
is a fantastic
Hey,
core
Mark,
class
you're a little
Soundwave
late to
figure.
the party.
Hey Mark.
If you guys missed out on it, I hope you get the chance to get it this time.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah, it
God.
actually really did
Man,
come
this
out
is
pretty
disappointing
sweet.
of a strength.
I love
And
that
again,
we
what-
were able to
what-
get that
what can I
translucent
say?
chest
You
with
can't
the
trust
mini,
anybody in
the mini
today's world.
cassette tape.
Turn
Even
your
if it
phone
doesn't
upside down
transform,
and
it's still
find-
cool to
find out
have.
why.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's just such a nice little
It's a troll
detail.
image.
I don't know if we could ever get it to transform at that small. Like if
Imagine
it
if we
did,
get
like
a
you
random
get the wings
G1
out,
toy
but I
that
don't think we'd
nobody
ever
saw
be able to
before.
make it look like
You know
Laserbeak.
what's crazy? You know what's crazy is that we had a Laserbeak head
Rare
that
W
popped out,
Hasbro
and that
one?
was the only
Oh.
thing, and that had to get cut because it was so small
really
that they
care about
wouldn't have worked
Daros.
out.
I don't know
in
why we're
production.
still stuck on the
But
core
that was
class
the plan,
Soundwave.
though.
Like,
That was-
Evan's like,
yeah.
what the
We
fuck?
tried.
Come on, guys. Like,
Yeah, this was
Let's
the
move
Hisui
on.
one, right? As well. Yeah, that's
Reese
right.
Come on,
thought
let's finish just
Cosmos.
up.
believe so.
Stock Cosmos.
All right, so that does it for today's Pulse fan stream. We did 11 plus 6, 17
All right,
items
and that
today.
will also
That's a
probably
big
do
one.
it
I
on
think that
our
might be a
stream
record
end.
for all of us. Finally got to cover some core
Unless
class
you like
for those of you that
really
love
wanna
that scale.
like
So let's
actually
go
look
around
at
the
the
room
photos.
quickly
Granted,
here.
they usually come out like a
Isabella,
few hours
what was your
later.
favorite thing you talked
Yeah,
about?
they do.
Or
We'll
what
talk
we
about
talked about,
those
'cause you don't
later.
have to
I
pick
guess
your
we can
segment.
just chill out for a few minutes after this stream ends.
Although
I mean, quite literally, Sabertron has like images of the fallen. Oh, that's what the alt mode was.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
He's a Lambo.
Thought I didn't realize who the hell Scamper
And then
or Scampy,
Megatron.
which
Because the
I
dragon
don't even see
and
images
Megatron.
for.
So super cool. Also, just I'm still obsessed with the packaging on it.
But I do see
Absolutely
crotch
gorgeous.
hairs,
And
and
then,
he
of
looks a little bit
course,
better
the
than the
plastic
crotch
itself
hairs
looks
I have.
Stunning. But before I finish,
I don't know if he has got a waist
you
swivel.
look a little different.
I don't think they said anything about that.
Oh, sure. You're talking
If
about.
he's got a waist swivel, I
Yeah,
might
after this
figure.
wraps up, gotta run to something
stream.
with Magic
So
the
what
Gathering.
was revealed here?
You know, and then some colors
A
here,
lot, like,
maybe just for
Literally, I
fun.
rewatched the stream
I
if
do
I were
love
you,
me some
but,
Simic. So you know, Magic the Gathering.
I guess
was my
first,
past
to
history.
speed you
but
up a
we're
little,
doing something
Magic
with
the
that.
Gathering on a
So
Transformers
more
stream.
to come, maybe.
It's fucking Hasbro. What do you expect?
Maybe.
They literally want money. They don't give a shit about fucking
Oh,
people.
perfect.
I thought they were
All
done.
right, so
These fuckers are
let's
still
go to
talking.
Delaney next.
Fuck
What
you.
was
All
your
right,
favorite
fine.
part of today?
All right, so to catch you up, Mark.
I mean,
Last night, Hot Rod was
so
revealed.
many.
The legs are like
you really
literally a
killed it right from the
retool
start,
of the
too, Isabella, with,
or
the
not
stamps.
sorry
I've
over
never been so
the
Oh,
excited
here's the
about a stamp
stamps. Here's the
before.
fucking stamps.
Like, that's awesome. So you guys are all getting
Oh, I'm
those.
missing the stamp. Oh,
They'll
this
be
shit.
in the mail
Yeah,
now,
fuck
just
that. So Hot Rod
use
is like a
stamps?
remold, a heavy
By way of London.
remold. At least in the legs, like the actual foot itself is a heavy
One is sent
remold
to you guys, so
of
you can save it forever.
off-road Bumblebee
And then a set for
from
me,
Bumblebee
of course,
movie.
to go right on my shelf.
But everything else is
Also,
brand
on my
spanking
shelf
new.
has to be the fallen
It looks really
character.
good for a Hot Rod.
Like
We got Core
Oh,
Class.
the phone.
Robot, Cybertron
Yeah,
means
we got
space
I
Core
don't.
Class.
It
The
just
the alt mode
looks
looks a bit
unreal.
weird, but you know.
And I know,
what are you gonna
Well,
do?
I think it was 17.
It's a character that didn't even have an alt.
He's a Bionicle.
That
Well,
I
why the
would
fuck-
assume would be more in the fact
Okay,
that it's
distinctive
like,
mirror.
that it's lower. I think it makes it really
Your
cool.
server
So,
muted, dude.
Yeah, it still is going to be super dynamic
Your
and
server
a really
muted.
awesome one. So that's
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's less than Deluxe Prime Universe.
Was he
RC.
annoying? First
So
couple
you can
minutes.
go
Sorry.
meter scale way easier than the crazy engineering that's going
I'll
on that
explore
RC.
later.
So
Let's
Let's
that's,
finish the
pretty
stream
awesome.
first.
All
Yeah,
right.
please, dude, I'm here.
Favorite. What do we got?
Again, I had no idea this was even happening, so I totally left out. That's all my fault. That's all my fault.
Okay, that is
Because we're
100% your
fine.
fault because the fact we announced it in the
I
announcements
just
as
got
well
my
as the
trade of Shattered
events.
Glass book in like the other day. And it
You
is
gotta
a
pay
fantastic
attention a
trade,
little more,
so
man.
I'm happy to see that pop up
Oh,
here.
well.
I can't wait for part 2.
That's fine.
So that's
Okay,
super
shit
exciting.
happens. So moving on.
Favorite figure.
Last night,
wise,
Hot
I
Rod,
mean,
Age Extinction
one figure away
Crosshairs,
from
86
completing Venusaur,
Rumble,
so
which
that's
is
super exciting.
great, and obviously is a heavy remold of the Siege
I love every
Like
aspect
Frenzy
of this
Rumble
brand.
mold.
Just sad
A
that
little
there's no
disappointed on
Optimus in this
that
wave.
because I expected
I mean,
better.
we can take a break.
Mhm.
We released
But,
like 69 Optimus
I mean,
Prime last year or something like that.
fine. It's fine.
I guess having the arms move
All
up
right.
and down.
Mark,
I
favorite thing
would
from
have
today.
preferred a ball joint.
It's really
But
hard to just
I guess
pick
I'm expecting
one
too
or
much
two.
for
I
Hasbro
love all
on that end.
Transformers and
But,
everything that we showed today is fantastic. but real quick, here we
trying to
go.
think of what
Quick
else.
rundown. I mean, that studio series,
I thought they
Rod
had
was pretty ridiculous. That
Wait,
Lambo
so
was
why
pretty
does this
hot.
guy keep joining?
Uh,
I'm
going
feel like
to
timing you out, man.
Ironhide
You really
86.
are annoying.
I always wanted
You're not
an
gonna be able to
Ironhide that was
speak,
scale
man.
accurate and look like the animation.
Literally, if
so
you
that
leave
was
one
just
more
an
time,
easy
I will
win right there.
definitely time you out.
Rumble, I
Okay?
noticed on that cassette
It's
mode,
kind of
you ended
annoying.
up moving up
All right.
the
So
little
now that we got
dials
that little
just so
statement
you
out of
could
the
fit
way,
the 5mm
we
post
got
for the
Core
weapons.
Class Laserbeak,
That's a
Class
double
86
thumbs up
Ratchet,
right there.
the Voyager
Absolutely.
Ironhide,
That's a
which we
big
see
win
in the
my book
Fallen.
right there.
There's like a few
Let's
other
see, what
figures.
else? Some of
Street.
the legacy stuff. I mean, Mr. Cranky here.
Yeah, 86
Quick
Wheelie.
case here. Just to get
So
this
that-
obscure bot, this
Point Blank
TriggerCon bot
crank
in the
case,
line
which you're
here.
seeing another
I mean,
crank
that's
case. I don't
what's
know why they're
really
just like
fascinating.
Joy of
figures
Legacy,
they already
right? You
fucking
get to
revealed.
do these characters
We got
that
quote
never
unquote
made
Dados,
sense
which is just
elsewhere.
Skullgrin.
I mean, you got Armada,
The
like
American name
just
is Skullgrin.
coasting by.
And then they
You're
revealed
like, oh, all right,
his
they're
other
touching
pretender
upon
buddy.
Those characters too. Just
forgot
wait
his
till
name,
you
but
see
they also
where we
revealed,
go. That's it.
that the fact
Alright,
that
Sam,
Legacy
last but not
Inferno
least,
does have
favorite
4
thing.
flaps on his butt,
I mean,
and it
apart
can
from stamps,
rotate
VMAX
like the
cryptic
original
custom
show
change,
and the
I
toy.
have to say,
And there's no gimmick
I'm
to
gonna
make
be a little bit
you can press
biased.
that
I'm
actually
going
makes it
Hot Rod
spin,
on
but
this
it's
one,
still
and I'm calling
a good
it. This
gimmick.
is my
and it looks a
top
lot more
figure
refined than the original.
for
So that's great.
2022. At least
Armada Starscreen.
Top figure of the year
Showed that
already.
off.
Old
Surprise.
Alright, I'll put a
Transmetal
top
2 Dragon
Studio
Megatron they
Series
briefly
figure
showed.
Okay, that's fair.
As much
And
as I
that is
love
pretty much everything.
the
The
TF6
speed.
stuff
Right
and
now,
being
they're just
able
kind of
to,
doing a recap.
completely manipulate what those alt modes were.
Okay,
For
he
one that
joins
has to
again.
deliver
He
a
is getting
bot
kicked.
and a vehicle mode that is licensed.
I am sick and tired
And it
of
came
that
from the
guy.
era of movies where they were just
Cut
like,
'em.
I don't care what the car
Cut
looks
'em.
like. This is
Ding.
what the
That's like,
robot's
dude,
gonna
fucking
look
stop.
like. This guy is amazing.
1 o'clock.
And
Well,
I'm stoked for people to get a chance to
no. You're timed
Yeah.
out. You're timed
I
out.
said it while we were revealing it.
Yeah.
Armada Starscream. Absolutely amazing.
idiot.
Love that figure. That photo we revealed at Comic-Con where that Dave posed him
Told
out
you.
where he's just like
Told you.
walking in as the
One
most
more time.
Starscream image of all
You
time.
test my
Just the
patience.
way he behaves. So that's my favorite by far. So that's what we
I'm a
got.
fucking
17
dumbass.
figures.
Couldn't get the
11
fact
of
that he's
them
server
will
muted.
be available for pre-order
Probably
this
doesn't
afternoon at 1
understand
p.m.
English.
Eastern at Hasbro Pulse and
Anyways,
everywhere you like to buy your toys. Don't forget
after
to
we're done.
like,
I know,
subscribe,
I
share,
know.
comment. We do
I
come back
know.
and read these. We can't keep up with the chat by any means while
I'm
you guys are just
very
going
much
crazy while
aware
we're doing
of the
this.
situation. I think
But
we've
we
dealt with
do
him
mine
before.
that for information and see
He
what you
proved
guys are
to be, like,
saying. So
really
thanks
annoying.
for stopping
So
by.
anyways,
Thanks everybody for
moving
hanging
right
out.
along.
Big 6-person event.
This is
First
why
time
we
we've
don't
ever
talk
had
to
6
stupid
people for
people.
Transformers.
Donald Trump's famous
fan stream.
statement. And I 100%
So
agree.
yeah, I don't know if we're gonna figure out who's doing what. Like, but
Might
yeah.
have to paint a little bit of
pushing
basics
up the
on
border
there.
of the screen.
There's like the fact that
Make
the upper
yourself
half
bigger.
is
It's
missing.
fine. I want more screen real
that
estate.
silver, and it should
So
have that.
thanks everybody again. Like, subscribe, share.
All right, that's pretty much it. So,
Which is good.
oh god, I'm just gonna. There we go. It's over.
Transformers. They're not done yet. They're not done yet.
Are you serious?
30th currently. We are super excited to show you what we have going on for Legacy. We're going to reveal what's up with next year. I know I teased it a little. Again, maybe some colors going on here.
We have now been joined by someone else.
Yes. Right now, I'm not worried about that there, Mark.
September 30th currently. We are super excited to show you what we have going on for Legacy.
Oh, that's just for PulseCon.
I know. That's good. That's good. We at least have like another release date. I know we're gonna get more stuff. Everybody's like Cosmo, Devastator SS86. They actually had, I think there was like 2 leaked listings of Devastator, and they were like, hey, make like Scavenger, but maybe the not leaked listings. But Mr. Follow Cybertron moderator, which I mean it does amazing work. Emolia, or maybe just leave the fucking screen and
You just left.
and don't listen to what the hell I have to fucking say. I swear to God, people are so rude here. Anyway, real talk. So, what were your thoughts? I'll get into mine because it's gonna be a bit detailed. Both of you, I want you to say your shit first, so that way we get that out of the way.
First off, I'll probably just go in the order of what was
ahead.
revealed. The Hot Rod looks good. I like the Hot Rod. I don't really have too many problems with that. The crosshairs, though, I mean, I'm looking at the Age of Extinction one right now. I have him in my hands, actually.
I say if you want, I'll give you a link so you can actually look at the images as we're talking about.
Oh yeah, sure.
That way we're engaging more with the audience about it. There you go.
Yeah, we can engage more, even though there's probably nobody watching.
There's like 5 people.
Watching?
Yeah.
Oh my
There's like 1 watching right now. It's probably that same guy.
Yeah.
Like we timed out. Anyways, at least I did.
Alright.
Timed out because you're annoying.
Oh wait, no, here we go. Alright, so let's go down to images. Deluxe Hot Rod. Yeah, I don't have too many problems with it. I mean, it's Hot Rod from the last night.
By the way, you're not streaming right now.
Oh, yeah.
You might want to maybe switch that.
There you go. Now you can see it.
Loading. There we go. Okay.
There we go. So we have Hot Rod, you know. wasn't really a big fan of The Last Night in general, and so I don't
Very
know.
deep.
Yeah, it is.
Nice amount of sculpting. Looks like it's gonna have a waist swivel and everything we expect as a current Transformers fan.
Then
I see that.
yeah, we have the alt mode.
Looks satisfactory. Looks better than the original one we got because it actually has a spoiler this time instead of no spoiler like the Deluxe Last Night Hot Rod we got that was only exclusive to Walmart in the Mexican region. You kind of
now
skipped
we got.
Again, you don't care about 86 figures, so that's fine.
No, I don't.
No.
We'll get. I'm just going in order. Next up, we got Crosshairs. I do not like this. I feel like the Last Night version was better looking.
Does it have a waist swivel though?
That is a good question.
Because like this does not look like it has a waist swivel, and I'm not gonna criticize Mark too much on his shit. I'm talking about the actual.
I'm pretty sure this guy was the one who designed Studio Series.
I literally, if you would stop and pay attention, I literally just said the designer, Mark. Not you, Mark Creations. The designer. There's Evan, there's Mark, and there's like another guy.
Yeah, this guy right here.
I don't remember his name. There's Evan, there's Mark, and there's like that guy right there, and I forgot his name.
This guy's the one who designed Studio Series, I believe.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he did good on some of them. Like, I mean, a lot of those figures need to be redesigned with, like, better articulation, and it just... I'm disappointed with the fact that they keep using ball joints. They really shouldn't. That breaks John Warden's original rule. And
I don't like how the entire car is on the backpack.
I mean, the original was kind of like that. I don't know
true.
I mean, this figure has more articulation on the upper half. It's more accurate on the upper half.
The lower half, though, it's like...
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you credit. The lower half looks like shit.
Yeah.
86 Ironhide. I've already given my full in-depth thoughts of what that looks like, but I can redo it. Because...
It's G1 Ironhide, so...
But I figured I'd let you guys get your takes, so Mark, go on ahead. Go to the next one.
Well, I think the Fallen looks fine. I'm a little worried about the arm articulation, but that's fine.
Let's just go with the Fallen.
I do like the paint. I am glad that it comes with the staff. I'm assuming that can connect to one staff.
I'm pretty sure there's an image of it combined. Yep, here it is.
Yeah.
You can see it's kind
of
blurry.
Yeah, I see it. Hot Rod looks fine. I don't give a crap about Hot Rod at all. The TLK one. But he looks fine. I hope anybody that likes that character likes that toy. Rumble, I guess is what he's called, he just looks like the Earthrise figure repainted, which
Rumble. I don't.
Which is fine. And
that stupid debate of Rumble and Frenzy. Yes, I like to go cartoon. I don't like to go comics. If you're gonna go comic, fine, but don't force your comics interpretation in front of my face when literally you did jack shit in the Marvel comics. Whereas a G1 Rumble character did more than the Marvel comics. Hashtag not my Rumble, but G1 Rumble, the cartoon one by not Bob Budiansky, is my Rumble.
well, either way, it looks fine. And I don't really care about the 86 characters either, but it's fine. Crosshairs.
There's a pause between Crosshairs and what he's gonna say next.
So it's difficult because I can tell that they're trying, but I don't know, man. It's looking really shit in the lower half.
Yeah, I also don't like the green they use, like that bright green.
It does look weird. I mean, it's a bit too light for the accuracy portion of the character, but I.
It looks like it's gonna have a waist swivel because I mean, if you look in the front, like go up a little bit, where the Altman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, up a little bit. There you go. So it looks like the actual, not chest, uh, not the waist, the actual thigh parts, they're gonna form the top. They're definitely gonna form the top of the car. Not the roof, but like the hood.
Yeah.
They're gonna form the hood. So there's definitely gonna be a waist swivel there. Because if you look, look at the back. It's the backpack. I mean, it's huge, but you don't have all the parts there. Whereas if you look at the chest, you got some more, or not chest. If you look at the thighs, you got some of the front of the car there. So there's definitely going to be a waist swivel there. Absolutely. There's no part in my mind that there's not going to be a waist.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going to have our basic articulation on that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not that concerned with the waist, and the reason why is because I feel like even if it did have a waist, it's gonna be very hindered. Like it, without like untransforming shit. Like the cape on the back, which is literally just half of the car. Which I know most Transformers are like that, but there are a lot of Transformers that are not like that. So shut up, whoever says that in the comments. But yeah, no, it looks fine. The chest looks fine, the head looks fine, the arms look fine. Just everything lower than that and behind that, yeah.
Yeah.
Greatly has ankle tilt though.
Fallen is the
Moving
one I'm
on.
really interested in, though. Like, out
Yeah,
of all
yeah,
these.
same. Ironhide, I don't know if I gave my thoughts on him before, but I mean, he's not Earthrise Ironhide. I don't know if he's a new mold or not, but yeah, he looks good. I don't hate him. It's interesting that they're doing a new mold instead of using the same one as Siege, but that's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm not gonna actually whine. I mean, actually whine and cry myself to sleep over it. I don't have the Earthrise version, so I guess I'll buy this version if I want to deluxe sized Voyager Ironhide in the future. So, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, you take a look at the star screen, and that's just the Earthrise, the coordination star screen, that's just the Earthrise star screen with some hand articulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally all it was.
I remember at
Yeah.
Comic-Con they said they wanted to do an 86 Optimus, and so if they can make a brand new mold for Ironhide, I want to see what they can do for Prime.
If they do, that would be great. One thing that I forgot, I'm really excited to see the Fallen's face come off.
Oh yeah,
Because he it'll be a funny meme this time.
Yeah, I am really excited for the Fallen. Like, don't get me wrong, the alt mode looks a bit goofy, but then again, he's not supposed to transform. The Revenge of the Fallen toy though, like it kind of looked like this. It just looked much better in execution. Also, I am just realizing that. Oh wait, no, I thought they were supposed to have in here. I was wrong. But
TFW just released a new post that has some images, by the way, if you want to look at that.
Peter Cullen at TFCon Chicago.
Oh my god. Anyway, yeah. It's mostly things we've already seen, though.
Yes. Now, shall we talk about the stamps?
Why would you want to talk about such a useless thing?
Because that's the point. It's useless.
So who buys stamps anymore? I'm curious. Who like actually buys stamps anymore, and for what purpose? For collecting, for decoration. Who buys stamps anymore?
I don't know.
There are some old people, but like they're not gonna make much money off of those people. But then again, I may be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, small chance.
Fallen. I am a bit scared for the arm articulation, like Mark said. I am also worried about that because of these pieces here. Like I feel like he's gonna have gorilla arms. I don't feel like you can get the arms like all the way down. I feel like he's not gonna be able to stand up straight or still. He's gonna. Oh yeah, there's no like hinge for the lower part of the leg, so he is gonna. His legs are always gonna look like a chicken leg. He's always gonna look like he's squatting everywhere. Which that's kind of a shame. I hope he's tall. I really hope he's tall. Like at least as tall as the powered up Optimus.
He should be at least a head shorter, if not taller. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is also a leader class toy, so it should be tall. Then again, the definition of leader is kind of controversial.
I was about to say, man, leader classes these days are about the size of Voyagers. I know they're tall, quote unquote, but let me tell you, let me give you an analogy of something. Or maybe not an analogy, comparison. Have any of you handled the original Voyager class Ratchet toy from the first three movies? That mold. That mold is tall. And it's taller than, honestly, most Voyagers, but it's pretty tall. And he was probably he's kind of what I picture a Voyager should be. It's just really tall, but not as big as leader classes. When I see a leader class toy, I expect it to be the size of like Revenge of the Fallen Megatron for how shitty that figure is, or Revenge of the Fallen Optimus. You know, like I picture it being really really tall compared to what they are now, because what they are now, the Voyagers are like almost deluxe size, and the leader classes are Voyager size. In fact, leader class Megatron, I'm pretty sure, is smaller. Dark of the Moon leader class Megatron is smaller than Voyager Ratchet.
Yeah.
And, you know, to me, that's just a crime. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. Soundwave, you want to get your thoughts on any of these?
Oh, absolutely. I've been waiting for you fuckers to finish your comments so I can get really in depth.
All right.
Oh, I'm just gonna use the TFW images here. Start on the first couple. Well, maybe not the stamps, because like you really seem to enjoy the stamps. I'm just gonna briefly say, when you look at all the stamps here, they clearly are the IDW designs, at least from what we got with like the 86 the Secret War, I think is what they called it. It was pretty cool, pretty interesting. You also get the Evergreens designs, okay, whatever, as well as 30 Thrones RC. And then you get the what the hell is it called? The War, the last war or something like that. They called it recently. That was pretty bad. Then you
The
get
Last
the
Bot Standing comic?
no, not Last Bot Son. That was way before that. It was like where Siege Megatron, like they had the Siege Megatron and the Galaxy Upgrade Prime. That storyline. Anyways.
Oh yeah.
That Megatron design is there. So I mean, then you got your pretty much your Combiner Wars comic books that had Starscream, Shockwave. Well, Shockwave was in a Fall Cybertron design, but yeah. And then we got like the early IDW Soundwave design. But yeah, I mean they're all right. I'm not gonna say too much besides that I recognize every single aspect of the character. And you got the comics, Shattered Glass, Last Bot Standing, which I don't give a shit about that. It's James Roberts' shitty attempt at a story. Offense, James Roberts, but I do not like your takes on Twitter, and I do not care for you as a person. But so we have SS Hot Rod. We'll go to that first image. Yep. So in the legs, I know I said that was like a retool of Off-Road Bumblebee. Upon further inspection, that's a brand new mold. I'm wrong. This is an entire brand new mold. My mistake, people. I'm going to correct myself. So if you guys point out in the comments, which I see nobody pointing this out.
Because no one's watching.
Well, yeah, I know. Nobody kind of watches these streams anyways, except for
that too.
But, so Hot Rod has the basic articulation that he should. Granted, ankle pivots usually are kind of lacking on Studio Series figures, which I've noticed with a lot of them recently. Which is fine. I mean, at least they have the wrist articulation and a waist swivel. That's really what I care about, because if you don't have a waist swivel, it kind of ticks me off because a lot of the older figures have it, and they're better than the Studio Series figures, and it really puts the Hasbro team to shame. Because if they can't beat an older toy to make it look better with their new design, I mean, yeah, granted, the detail will look superb, always. I expect that. But when it comes to articulation, it's always lacking in the articulation. Like, take, for example, granted, this is before the new Hasbro team came in, but Studio Series 2007 Megatron and the Dark of the Moon one are the original versions of those characters, like the original Voyager figures, are superior than their Studio Series counterparts.
The 2007 Megatron?
Yes, 2007 Voyager Megatron, the original Voyager Megatron versus the Studio Series Voyager Megatron. Studio Series 1 sucks. Inaccurate alt mode, inaccurate chest. Yes, there's an upgrade kit that'll fix the chest. Okay. The alt mode still sucks. Like the original Voyager Megatron had the right alt mode, and if you're willing to modify it, it can be a much better toy than the Studio Series one. Better toy. It's got a waist swivel. It's got proper detail, and I have the best version of that Voyager mold. I got the Best Buy exclusive one, which has more paint and costs less money than the Studio Series one brand new in the box for me. I got it for like $24. Heck of a steal. So yeah, I don't care about the new Studio Series one. It's not really new anymore, but it sucks. Studio Series 1 sucks. The Revenge of the Fallen Megatron is the only one that I would say is actually better than its original Revenge of the Fallen counterpart. The Voyager one, at least. I have the Voyager one, the original one, and I have the Studio Series one. Granted, I cheated with mine. I gave it DNA Designs upgrade kits, but still, without that upgrade,
even without that,
it's still pretty good. With it, it's more movie accurate, and that's great, which kind of fixes Hasbro's fuck up, but that's fine. It still is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
When we get to our alt mode here, I suppose for Hot Rod, I'll just do the official, so you can actually see it better. You can kind of see how the backpack becomes like the majority of the alt mode. The chest actually is the front of the alt mode, which is great. The hands become the sides. The feet are the back of the alt mode. I expect that, so that's pretty good. The detail of the back of the car, when that one designer shows it, pretty good.
Yep.
Oh, keep going a few more frames on your end.
Oh.
No, not that way. Not that way. Other way. Other way. Hey, keep going. I didn't say go back. I said keep going. There you go. All right. That back of the alt mode is very accurate to the actual car, and I like that. I know Lazy is going to be impressed. Maybe not impressed, but he's going to be happy. Let me get to crotch hairs. Crotch hairs.
Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, shit. Crotch hairs. That's what Grimm's Toy Show calls him.
Yep.
Oh no. You know, I don't think there's gonna be a waist swivel with this guy. I know I said there was gonna probably be one after further examination. Unless I'm like really wrong. It looks like it can fold all the way towards the other side. But then again, it also looks like it should have a waist swivel because of the fact that even if you fold it to the other side, it's not going to look like the proper alt mode because the stripes, the black piece and the green piece are going to be reversed. So they have to have given this guy a waist swivel. There's no way. I guess we'll find out with like an actual person that can review the damn thing and show us that it's actually decent.
You know, after it gets stolen by like Prime versus Prime or Tauntaun.
Oh yeah,
Yep,
absolutely.
yep.
Which is good. We want that, so we can actually have like say, oh yeah, I'm still buying this figure. Oh no, I'm not going to buy it at all. Which in this case, I might not because the fact that I already have the Age Extinction one, and that one's decent. It's not great, but it's decent.
Yeah.
I have both movie toys of Crosshairs, and they're fine. Yeah, they're not great, but they're fine.
Last Night one is definitely the better version.
Oh, for sure.
So far, I mean, at least looking wise, it looks a lot like they got it right the first time. This one looks like kind of like a failure. But we can't really. I mean, if it's got a waist swivel, I'm probably gonna buy it. The arm articulation looks like it's gonna be very hindered on the shoulders, at least.
Oh yeah, especially with those pieces sticking up.
Yep, and they should have made it so there's like another joint. You can actually get those out of the way, which I will give John Warden credit there. It seems like whenever some of those designs, he was able to give an extra joint so that can move out of the way. These guys just left and said, "Oh, yep, this is good." I hope I'm wrong about that. They didn't really do much clarification there, but we'll see. But yeah, that's crotch hairs. His alt mode is fine. Ironhide. Oh my god. People have been pissing on this toy and saying how bad it is. They don't like the fact that they have the Earthrise one. Well, to you people that own the Earthrise mold, I am one of those people. But how much did you pay for that upgrade kit? Let's say, hypothetically speaking, you paid $42 or $45 more so for the pre-order, and you got Earthrise, Prowl, and Ironhide. Okay, that's good. Or if you got Ironhide on a bid recently for $20 or $25 or $30, okay. Are you going to buy an upgrade kit? Are you going to buy anything else to add on to your Ironhide? Which, if you aren't, then so you're going to leave the legs looking like shit? Okay. But if you buy an upgrade kit, keep in mind the lowest you can probably go is with Lazy Eyebrows on Cult 3D, but then you got to have a 3D printer, which costs $1,000, plus $25 for filament. So, I mean, you're spending quite a bit of money to upgrade this one figure. So instead of complaining about the price of this new one, why don't you all shut up and just buy the new one and be happy?
That face looks weird.
Okay, I like the face. It actually looks a lot better.
I'm not even talking about Ironhide. I'm talking about Evan.
Who are you talking about?
Look at my screen.
I'm not looking at your stream, sorry. Yes, Evan looks like he's pretty high and lean because of the purple background.
Yep.
Yeah, very true. I'm looking at the actual official shot.
Yeah.
The actual thing about anybody's else's interference.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about Ironhide. I was talking about Evan.
I know you're talking about Evan. We've already seen how this guy transforms. Thank you, Prime versus Prime. I know nobody appreciates leakers, and I know you guys are kind of shitting on them too, and I kind of don't appreciate that, but at the same time, I understand a little bit as to why. I like leakers because they give us, like, for example, me as a consumer, I want to know what the hell we're getting. I want to know, like, if it's good and if it's worth my time. So I want to know the
I both love and hate them.
Same here.
So.
You should absolutely not hate leakers. You really should. I know people say that oh my god, they're bad. Think of it this way: they're spending they're spending double the price on a figure that you won't have to spend double that price. You'll spend retail price, hopefully. And they're getting a first in-hand look so they can tell you, oh, this figure is worth buying, or no, this figure is not worth buying. Take, for example, Red Megatron, the Transformers Prime one. Prime versus Prime, so that was an absolute shitty, flawed Red figure. And I'm not a Red fan. I know Prime Studios is kind of a Red fan, which is sad because there are some
I was gonna get the what's it called? The red Transformers Prime Optimus, and then I recently got the first edition. I was just like, well, I don't need that anymore. I don't need to go out and get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you don't even really need it anyways. It doesn't even transform. Literally, the APC toys was way better. Like, fuck Red. I don't care about Red. I hate all the Red figures and would honestly love to burn that plastic and remake something better out of it. Again, there are so many third-party designs that kick Red's ass. Granted, they're like even the New Age stuff. All the New Age figures are better than Red, even though Reds are super like highly detailed and perfect to the animation model. You're right, but the New Age ones actually have most of that detail and can transform. So fuck you, Hasbro. When it comes to the Red designs, like seriously, cancel Red, cancel Cyberverse, and hopefully Earthspark. I hope nobody supports Earthspark. I literally want to see Earthspark die in sales, so that Hasbro can only focus on Studio Series and Legacy. Fuck Earthspark, fuck Rescue Bots Academy, fuck BotBots, and fuck Red.
Well, I think Rescue Bots Academy ended, like at least the show.
The show did. I think the toy line's still going, at least from what I can see. It's barely going, but it's got like one figure each wave, which is good. I'm glad that line is dying. Hasbro needs to go back to the old days. Focus on one entire main line, like with Revenge of the Fallen, and don't make any other toy lines besides that. I know they want to see their sales grow, but the fact that we've always had, like ever since 2014, we've had a shitload of other lines besides the main line. And it sucks because we don't need all these sublines. Like 2 sublines is great. Those are where your sales are at. Why are you giving us Red? Why are you giving us BotBots? Why are you giving us Rescue Bots Academy? Those sales are not nearly as good as your mainline sales. Stop wasting plastic on figures that nobody cares about, and they're going to be thrown away in the trash anyways. Yes, you could say that the rubber ducky little BotBot figure, oh, that goes for Beast Wars Megatron. Yes, but that's like one character. I mean, yeah, it's nice to have little accessories, but it's pointless. Literally pointless.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, back up topic for 86 Ironhide, because I just went on a whole rant about that. Looks like we're finally getting screws again and not pins. No offense, John Warden, but I didn't like heating up the pin and then having like a rare magnet to get that pin out. That was a huge pain in the ass. So I'm actually glad they reverted to screws again. That's nice. Ironhide has superior articulation. Looks like he's going to also have an ab crunch. I know many people seem to not talk about the fact that he's going to have an ab crunch, but it seems like he's absolutely going to have an ab crunch. If you disengage the backpack a little bit, though, to get it. And the legs have superior articulation than the Siege ones. The legs are pretty good. Granted, the actual crotch area, you have to lift that up, which instead of making that individual pieces. But, I mean, could technically cut that and probably put like a pin inside. You can drill a hole inside it and just put a pin inside of it, and there you go. Then you have like 3 individual flaps, like it should be. But I suppose Hasbro didn't want to invest in that, so whatever. I like the face, despite how many people do not like the face. I really enjoy the Ironhide head sculpt. I think it looks great. I like how weapon storage, like the Ironhide's back thrusters, can be used with the guns there. You can also store one of the guns in one of the holsters. It was showed by one of the leakers that you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Glad it comes with 2 guns instead of 1. Absolutely love that.
Just like the movie.
It's like a movie. I know you don't care about 86, but this is really good of a figure. We'll get into the Fallen. I was really worried about this figure. I was thinking that the Hunt for the Decepticons one was still going to be better as an overall figure.
Mm-hmm.
I believe this guy does have waist articulation from what I'm seeing.
We won't know for sure until we get a review.
Well, I mean, if we watch the live stream a little bit, like they might have shown a little bit of posability, but sometimes they don't even mess with their figures. So
yeah.
But then
Half
again,
the time it's product show, like just for review samples.
Actually,
or whatever
if we're looking in depth in the alt mode right now, absolutely there is going to be a waist swivel, no doubt in my mind, because the back of the robot mode has that front of the cockpit, and the head looks like it's turned around. Or not turned around. It looks like it's covered by the back piece, like in the backpack. Backpack has that cover face cover, so there's definitely going to be waist swivel there. Absolutely. Get double jointed arms. That's nice, and they can rotate. I don't see how. I mean, I guess I can kind of see how they're going. Yeah, they're definitely going to be hindered when it comes to that aspect. A little bit. Then again, I'm looking at them like fully down. I suppose you're going to take off those ball joints if you really want to like have an unhindered Fallen. And I know you guys are kind of disappointed about that, but at the same time, it's just how it's designed. I get it.
Same thing that I did with the original Voyager. It has a way that you can connect the arms to the chest in that movie accurate way, but the Voyager couldn't move its arms at all like that, so I always just detached it anyway.
So I'd detach if I were you guys. I mean, it's literally pointless to even have those on. But the Fallen looks fine. I kind of expected as much. I think the original Fallen was kind of better, but that's my opinion. But then again, this one hopefully will be just as good. Well, not really the original Fallen, but like the Hunt for the Decepticons one.
Yeah.
86 Billy, we already talked about. We don't need to talk about that little shit. Our Ratchet, we should have gotten a Voyager scale. Laserbeak, don't care really as much. Rumble, I'm going to go on a rant. I'm going to go on a rant on Rumble because I have the Studio Series 1. Or not Studio Series 1. Yeah, I'm a leaker. I got Studio Series already. I reveal. No. I have the Siege one. I have both Rumble and Frenzy, which I obviously explained my bias. Yes, I like the comics to a certain degree. I don't care about Rumble and Frenzy. Like the fact that Frenzy is blue and Rumble is red. I don't care about those kind of people because those kind of people don't understand what a good cartoon can be sometimes when it comes to good writing. Granted, they had the same exact voice actor. Yeah, get that. But they were actually fun to listen to, and I liked them. I would have liked to have seen some form of articulation on these guys. I actually hold the fucking phone.
There's some ball joints in the legs.
Yeah, I know, but the original figure had that too. I was gonna say for a second there, I thought there was gonna be like some sort of wrist swivel in the arms, but no, my eyes deceive me.
If there's no elbow joints, then there's no wrist swivels.
Yeah, I know.
So
When I saw that like little gap, I'm like, oh, that looks like there's gonna be something there. It's like, nope. Yeah. That's fine. I mean, the eject figure had that, and it was pretty fun to play with. I would have liked to have seen that, considering the fact that I have that one guy's STL files for the Siege, Rumble, and Frenzy. I can modify that a little bit, and I can make it so that those arms can bend. Granted, it's more more so like my personal like take on it. Like I prefer to have those arms bend, but I also like it so they can actually turn too. It's just something I know it can be done. I mean, they should have made ball joints on this. There's no freaking reason they couldn't have made ball joints. They really could have. The cassette mode looks proper. Looks like pretty much based on eject kind of figure, which I'm fine with that. I mean, it's not bad. Looks like there's going to be extra joints there that are going to kind of have to swivel up a little for the actual transformation, which I mean, it's great. I like how that would be. I think that's like it's a new transformation with the legs. The only part that I wish that they would have redone is obviously the arms, but the chest and everything else is redone except for the arms, which fucking sucks. Pile drivers look like they can probably do the spring-loaded. Maybe not a spring-loaded gimmick. I believe that they're gonna have a spring-loaded gimmick. That's great. Legs. I mean, it's better than the actual Generation Selects Rumble we got. So that's nice.
Yep.
What else we have? Point Blank, we already saw.
Do we really want to go through the legacy stuff?
A little bit. Point Blank we saw. Obviously, he's got an opening cockpit, which is great. I wonder if you can fit the Target Master in there. Crankcase, I had a whole discussion yesterday about him. How they mistransformed him, but Mark finally properly transformed him in the stream. He's got the missiles there on the back, which is nice. Nice G1 reference.
Yep.
Absolute win there.
Dead End. Dead
End is really good. He's not just another dead end. He's like perfect for me. He's exactly what I want him to be. Same thing with Wild Rider and Dragstrip. Motormaster is also what I want him to be. I like actually taking the Magic Square designs and making them better. Like how they show both Dragstrip and Wild Rider here. Or not Wild Rider. They had Dragstrip, Wild Rider, Menasor or Motormaster on Menasor, and obviously our newest spot, Dead End. And it looks great. I'm happy. We got Skullgrin, which looks like he's got sword arms. So that's very good. Granted, he doesn't have any wrist swivels to make it more interesting, but
yep.
I wonder if the actual head itself is going to be able to come apart, so you can actually have the original head. It looks like it's going to be pretty much a heavy inspiration. Unfortunately, I was really hoping that they'd have his actual Pretender head underneath. Very disappointed about that. I'm not happy. As a guy who likes Pretenders, not happy with how the current Pretenders look. So hopefully third party can enlighten us and make us a good version of the Pretenders. Inferno, I was worried he wouldn't have 4 flaps. But obviously on the stream, he's got 4 flaps. Thank God. Very happy about the fact that he's got 4 flaps.
Starscream. Armada Starscream.
Armada Starscream. Let's look at that real quick. Oh yeah, well, I don't want to get too far ahead. So Inferno, obviously his butt flaps, all 4 of them, thankfully, can all turn like the original show, as well as the quote-unquote gun that's supposed to be the butt, basically. That can attach there and look pretty good. I wish it came with flamethrowers, but I understand. Starscream, as a former owner of the 30 Trillions mold, they have really done this mold justice.
I like how, even though it doesn't come with the minicon, it can still do the gimmick.
Well, it has like a miniature sword. Should be a little bit taller, but that's okay. I understand why it's so. Yep, they have to conserve plastic. The sword looks pretty nice. Looks just like how the show, because it's got that red. Sometimes it's just gray, but most of the time it's red. It's lit up with energy. to destroy Hotshot Star Saber, but of course that never happens. Mono Starscream is an absolute win. Then again, Mark shows like a gray prototype of that sword, so really hoping it stays red, but it might not. The null laser cannon is still usable on this version, which is great, and it looks more obviously accurate as well as blast compatible. I was worried about the blast effects that we were gonna lose a lot of those with the newer toys, but we're not going to, so that's great. Transmetal to Megatron. Not
Transmetal to Megatron.
Huh?
I said Transmetal to Megatron.
Oh yeah, that one guy was talking a lot apparently, and he was muted with the whole time, so he never heard a damn word. Anyways, that's in your chat. So Transmetal to Megatron. I like how the actual dragon hands become the actual chest. Very nice integration. Looks pretty good there. I wish that the dragon arm, you can actually take the dragon head more so, like take that off and use it like as an arm cannon, like G1 Megatron. So you have like another arm underneath there. But we can't always have everything we want with Gen Xing. Understand that? So that's fine. Gen Xing did a fantastic job with their Megatron. The head sculpt on this Transmetal to Megatron, mostly I don't really like. I would prefer the one that looks more toon accurate or Beast Wars show model accurate. But everything else is really like the Dragon mode. It's pretty good. Hopefully get a Cryotech repaint out of this, because Cryotech deserves a repaint. It's a superior mold. Hopefully this guy is 9 inches, or if not more, because I'm looking at my original Transmetal to Megatron, and it's like definitely the same size as Laser Optimus Prime, and I do not like that. So this guy needs to be taller. Absolutely needs to be taller. Dragon mode chest looks great. The wings have a nice wingspan. I can see how the thing's going to transform. Obviously, going to have the dragon chest swing to the front chest. And the arms collapse on the inside of the chest, and the dragon arms come out. The dragon head will have to swivel outward to get back into the middle. So, I mean, I can see how this thing transforms exactly. That's good. I like how there's actually detail on the underside of the tail, more so. So that detail is retained there. That's nice. Back of the dragon, pretty accurate to the show. It's good. They hid the robot head pretty well. Moving on to the core class pretender that should have never been a core class size, but you know, Hasbro can't always get everything right. I mean, you know, I expect them to be incompetent here and there, and this is one of their competence. So, of course, we have, you know, a pretender that was the leader of the pretenders. I forgot his name. Hold on a second.
I forgot his name.
Well, it's true. I want to remember his Japanese name.
I have the what's it called? The Power the Primes version that comes with Megatronus to this guy.
Bombburst. His G1 name is Bombburst. So you have Skullgrin, which is proper. Skullgrin was pretty popular in the Marvel comics for a little bit because he had his own little story run. So with some human girl that fell in love with him.
Oh, of course.
And your mic is definitely loud sometimes. Anyways, Bombburst is nice. I forgot his Japanese name. Really forgot it. Featured characters. Okay, Blood. His name was Blood. There's Gleamer, Golf, Daros. So Blood is the Japanese name, and I do not like how Blood was done here. Daros, that's Skullgrin. Gleamer is still one we have to get yet. We have to get Submarauder or Gleamer, Japanese show. And I really hope that these guys are they have at least the Skullgrin character has his pretender head. So that way you have the best of both worlds there. But if not, that's a typical Hasbro L moment because I expect them to fail in a lot of their pretenders. I mean, yeah, a character like Iguanus nobody cares about, but when it comes to my Master Force characters, I'm gonna criticize these fuckers like no tomorrow.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this has a lot to criticize. The size, transformation is fine. I mean, I expect the weapons to form the wings. Not much else to say there besides I'm disappointed with the size there.
Mm-hmm.
Core Soundwave. I
Kingdom.
like the figure. Yeah, Kingdom figure there. And that looked to be about it with my rant.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of hoping they redo Skullgrin as a court. No, I really hope they don't. I like Iguanus as I like to see what Iguanus and Ombre done as the Pretender. I have no attachment to. Ends up better of the two. What? I don't know. I would love to see the Pretenders in a deluxe scale because it would more so scale with the G1 characters a bit better.
Yeah.